Well, you really can't even see. Well, I probably need to put something besides Slowpoke there for now because I haven't even begun to do the re. Hang on. I'm gonna move someone cooler in that spot. I am too old, fat, and lazy for this. Eevee, actually, I'm gonna swap Bulbasaur. Give me a second. There. Now y'all can actually see the Psyduck and the Dragonite, some of the Slowpoke, and Mimikyu. Because Mimikyu's apparently one of people's favorite. I don't know. I don't understand Mimikyu at all. Anyway, welcome to the stream. This is the second to last day before we get on schedule. The schedule is not fully complete. I'm still moving some stuff around, trying to make everything as optimal as I can for next month. Still applying for positions, so hopefully too much won't change as far as the content. But if the time does, I will let you guys know. A lot of people voted for afternoon streams, so we're hoping that we can do a lot more afternoon streams like this because everyone wants these afternoon streams. I was an hour late because I was trying to get some stuff set up for other stuff. Like I had a bunch of Zaxby's receipts that I put the rewards points code all through my Discord. I updated the want list for my TCG, what everything that I wanted, to include Ascended Heroes, so everyone would know exactly what I needed. If you have any Ascended Heroes bulk, or you bought some stuff, please, 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 please let me know. I 100% want as much as I can get. Like, I know I'm unemployed. I have some cash reserves, but most people, like, if you ask some people, they'd be like, "Oh no, he's loaded." I'm like, I've got money that I'll never spend, and I don't want to ever spend it. But I've got a few cash reserves to get ascended stuff, especially the stuff that I want. And the only reason I say the stuff I want is because there are cards like Pad that I really want for EUIC because there's a really good chance that I'm going to use that card. um, Pokepad. There's a decent chance that I could use cards like Mega Dragonite. I still haven't wrote Mega Dragonite Electric off as an option because Miraidon is just so good. To the point where Miraidon gets you all of this. A single Arven for a Buddy Buddy Puffin goes double Dratini, and then your entire board is set. Because you literally go Miraidon for Tynamo, Arvin Poke or sorry, for Buddy Buddy Poffin to go Dratini, and then you can use like a Miraidon or an Iron Hands or whatever to to attach like a TM Evo plus an energy, and then you go Dragonair. Those two Dragonairs then find Electric, which is insane. But and I will be playing some next week. For those who don't know, Pokemon TCG tied with speedrunning for how much people wanted it. So I want to make sure that all 22 streams that I can do this coming week or this coming month, all 22 streams, I want to make absolutely sure that I, if I could, I wanted to do double streams on some days and just be like, okay, so this day I'm going to double the stream and I'm going to do it for this time, do this, and then later do something else or the same thing. I don't know. Um, but for right now, everything's got their own day. I'm trying to see if I can move anything around to make a little bit of room for other stuff. I pulled a lot of the TCG streams to the beginning of the month because of the tournament, of course, so I can use those streams to prepare and then use the streams afterwards to do a majority of the speed running because I will not be uh, embedded into the Pokemon TCG competitively until rotation in April. So, but anyway, that's my story for this week. That's that. I get you guys updated, and of course, you can see I tried to make everything look pretty. February though, I will. I don't- yeah, I might do it tomorrow, but as far as right now is concerned, I have indeed um, done a tally of all of the plushes that people that everyone had on which everyone has voted. I might bring a I want to say I want to bring more from downstairs and then just have a bed full of all of them with the camera up a little higher so everyone can see them all. Or so everyone can see all the way from Eevee here all the way through and then on the bed as well. I want to do that, not too sure if I'm going to be able to do that, but because there are many more Pokemon than what you see here that I can put on this bed or that I can put in this room. I just Charizard really doesn't. He does like he's kind of like Dragonite. Dragonite's tail is not as long as Charizard's. Charizard is such a like long Pokemon. Like when it stands up, kind of like Eevee's ears just make it like longer. Like so, one thing I don't like about that Eevee plush is that the ears are just like all wavily like that. Like Squirtle's just cool because he doesn't have ears. but But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get back to the routing. So the last place I left off was I was swapping the scientists and the rocket because on the, as you can see with the fourth rocket going um going left upstairs, four right, spamming until battle is much more efficient to go to that fourth grunt than it is to and this is where we saved. And we're gonna make sure that we do this and then go to the scientist instead of just see him like we do, because if we're doing perfect step count, this is gonna be so much faster. So I definitely want to make that a thing. Okay, so he is going strength and then triple slash. For everyone wondering why I do the slash like I do, it's specifically because, hang on. It's specifically because it's so much easier to get or to use moves and learn over. Like, slash is so important through this entire part of the game. Like, through the first row of the Goldenrod Tower or the radio tower. Or is it Goldenrod Radio Tower or is it just Goldenrod Tower? I have no idea. I don't know what they would call it. But alright. Save this state as okay. We're gonna save it as this. Hehehe. Alright. And then based on our this, we are going to gotta DR 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 UR and then spam it until battle. Okay, I could have sworn I copied the space next to it, but I guess I didn't. uh, so files save as. This is gonna be this first scientist, and he is just surf everything. So surfing everything is the best thing for him because it's just magnemites. Yo, Andrew, how are you, my boy? Oh my god, bro, it is so good to see you, man. How have you been? I've been all right. I've been so over the last month, I've been unemployed. I had a pretty good job that I picked up, a pretty good paying job, but it was with a bad company. Um, very, very dishonest company that I did not know they were dishonest until I was already midway working for them. And being the honest guy on the phone with a customer is not right. I've been in school. Oh my goodness, let's go. Are you getting your master's? I'm guessing. But yeah, that is awesome. I haven't done any school in a long time. The closest thing to school I've done is drive a school bus. That's it. I would do substitute teaching, but they don't pay enough money. Like I would 100% go like to Forsyth County School and be like, hey, it's like, hey, I will be a substitute if you pay me enough money. And with enough money, like no bachelor's, like Oh, so you're going for okay. So accounting is what I do. Um, I can pretty much. That's cool though. I'm about to say I don't know how far you've gotten in accounting, but I can pretty much tell. I could pretty much tell you anything and everything in accounting because that's where the majority of my experience is in. So, but I guess mine would be computerized accounting with QuickBooks. And you can do it with NetSuite too. It's just that programs like Peachtree and Sage are just horrible. Senior, bro, let's go! I'm so happy, and I'm happy, bro. That is cool. And the best part is, like, you don't ever have to, like, you can do your thing, and you never have to, like, physically talk to someone. You can always do it on a computer where you can click buttons and it's just like, oh, well, I can just do this. And you have a mouse where you can just go bing, 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 and then just do it. Which is basically what I did. Yeah. The only thing that I loved about the position when I was doing it, the or at least I'm not gonna say the only thing, like the thing I loved most about it was that people left you alone except when they were like giving you like they'll give you like receipts, or I guess that's my last one. The first one, it was like, oh, here's invoices. We need you to put these into the system. Okay, sure. And I just go, okay, this one goes here for this. Boom, boom. Next one out of like 30. And then I'm like, okay, once I'm done, it's like, okay, pull these into the, and then the next whatever comes in, and or the last one, it was pretty much, well, here's our receipts from the hardware store. We got some Home Depot and some Lowe's receipts, and bought a whole bunch of wood, stuff like that. You're probably, oh, I was quick, but I have tried to find another accounting job. It is impossible to find one because I don't have a bachelor's degree. That is the reason why people are not hiring me, even though I have the knowledge and experience to do the job. They would rather hire someone straight out of college who knew nothing about the accounting workforce than someone without a degree who's done it. And it's true. It's true. And I'll give you multiple reasons why. One, there was a company that I went to apply for an accounting position. And of course, I didn't have a degree. But as I was walking out, there was a guy who was well dressed. And I noticed him, and I remember pretty easily. And so I saw him in the lobby, figured he was one of the guys getting interviewed. 3 weeks later, I see the guy when I'm at the Arby's right there around there because I had another interview at another place. And I saw him and I was like, hey man, you were interviewing at that one place, right? I was like, how did you do? He's like, oh, I got the job. Is like, I was like, oh wow, that's cool. He's like, yeah, but it's not what like, I'm not an accountant. I don't like this. It's like, I was a business degree guy. It's like, then how did they hire you if you had no accounting experience? And it's like, oh, I took an accounting class in college. And I'm like, you had an accounting class? And they took you over me with 6 years of experience. That made no sense whatsoever. And then here's another one. There was a company who had multiple interviews for an accounting position, and this was a bookkeeping position. And what had happened was I applied. There was someone, and this is the only reason I know is because I remember faces, I remember people, and when I see them, I ask, "Hey, you were there for the." But yeah, I would, I would, I hope you do well in your internship. I hope you do. Um, if and when it happens, um, and I went talked to, and I saw this guy, and I was like, okay, so when I went to the interview, it was a lot of us all at once who were in this room, and we were talking about ourselves or telling them why us, why not. So there was a kid in there who just graduated from, I think it was Gwinnett Technical with uh I think it's an associates in count or I think it was banking. I don't think it was accounting. I think it was banking. It was a banking, but this wasn't a bank. This was basically an accounting role. However, when I met that person again 2 months later, I was going to a McDonald's on the way to a Pokemon tournament, saw them and asked how they're doing. If the how did that position go? And they actually got the position. And guess what? They decided they didn't want to do accounting and went back to school to get another degree. Yeah, two jobs they could have hired. A company could have hired me and had someone stick around because I like the job. Instead, they took new college kids or someone who has no experience with accounting. You're going to have experience with accounting, though. You will. But this has been my things. Like, and I tell people, had I gotten a degree, maybe, but I can't do college. Like, I can't. Like, I have never read an entire book in my life ever. And I yeah. So yeah, I've never read an entire book in my life. There I am pretty much a math only person. I'm a mathematical analytical person who likes statistics. I don't want to get any degree to be a teacher. People like, "Oh, go be a teacher." I'm like, "Yeah, if you get a degree, you have to go through all these stupid classes that I could never pass ever." Like, I'm not passing English 101. I'm not passing whatever social studies 101 class they have. I'm not passing any science unless it's physics. And it's only math. That is it. Everything else is boop out the door. So, and I would say I couldn't do physical fitness. You know why? Because I'm injured now. I require a walking stick. So, uh, but yeah, so yeah, I've been doing some Pokemon TCG on the side, Andrew. Let me show you something. I'll show you this because you're here, and I know you like Pokemon TCG more than you like speed running. Also, I think I had done a on my announcements, I did a thing where people tell me like what games and activities they wanted to see, what times they wanted to see them. The plushes behind me, I had a thing where everyone could vote on which ones I would show in what spots behind me or which ones I would feature. But I think you might have missed it. But let me show you this. Give me a second. I wanna. Okay, come on. Where's my face cam? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm learning about fair value adjustments with debt and equity securities. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, um, that is gonna. Okay. So when I do stuff, I think of. I think of everything based on ledgers and general journals. So when I'm doing stuff, I'm like, I know how, like what you're saying right now, like fair value, yes. So being able to um, make very minor edits to one thing based on value and then depreciation, like stuff like that. Um, Being able to do it in ledgers and general journals is what I learned. Like I can do that. It's more like everyone's like, oh well, there's like a million things to learn here with this and that, and I'm like, well, yeah, there's a million things to learn, but it's nothing that a person doesn't learn on the job. Like that's how I learned it was on the job. Um, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. But anyway, this right here by Limitless. So this right here is let's see, is this okay? I guess it's the full thing. Um, so these are all the decks that I have on my account on Limitless built right now. Now, let me show you a few of these before I get back to my speedrunning. Before I do, I want to show you a few of them. Depreciation and amortization about 2 years ago. Yeah, that's it's basically yeah. Value adjustments is basically it's. I know people don't say, but if your value adjustment is up or it depends on if it's up or down, whether it's an ascended or descended value. Um, and it depends on how you make notes and but I'm speaking in terms of logging in a QuickBooks and doing like general journal entries and stuff where you can go back and follow through like but anyway, but yeah. So there's a lot of these decks right here. So one of them that I was like, I want to create this deck because I if I was if I knew there was no way that any judge could disqualify me for hang on, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So hang on. So a coin, it doesn't matter what coin it is, but you see how it's got the official Pokemon back, the TM and everything. From here, and as soon as you get here where it's shoulder height, you release it, and it's going to flip 3 times in the air. Heads. Every time. If I knew that I could, if there was, like, because judges aren't allowed to DQ you or tell you you can't flip a coin, but some of them go above the law and try to make something themselves. And that's going to be the stupid part. If they didn't do that, here's what I would play for EUIC. I would play this deck. This, hang on, let's see if we got the English one yet or not. Let's see. We do, Cole. And I'm guessing we got, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's it. So, what this card does is says flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. I can legitimately mill my entire opponent out, mill my opponent's deck all the way on turn one, going second, or turn two, going first, and there's nothing they can do about it. I can do this. However, I have been told by multiple sources that doing so would cause a judge to go above the means of their abilities and DQ me because they thought being able to flip the coin like this every single time is cheating, and it's not. And of course, I'm not using a playmat. Oh, yeah. I'm not using a playmat. It's a hard surface, so there's no rubber, there's no bounce. Like, people don't realize a playmat, your coin will bounce off of it. A table, it's not going to bounce. People are like, but it's hard. I was like, it's hard, but it's not like a soft where it can go down and have room to come back up. It's like a bed. If you put something on a bed and you go down, it's going to come back up. But if it's a flat surface and you just drop any one thing, it's just like, if you get the idea. So as long as your coin is between this right here, when it lands on the table, it will never bounce and go to the other side. It's gonna literally land perfectly. That's the deck that I could play right now and win EUIC if I would be allowed to flip a coin and not get judges called on me left and right. But everyone says, "Oh, you're going to get judges called left and right. You'll be DQ'd," because I was like, according to the rules, they couldn't do it, but they said it would happen. So, but I could literally win the tournament with this deck. Yep, I'm going to EUIC. But yeah, this is that is the deck that I could easily win the tournament with. Easily. Um Another deck that I have is an Archelodon counter deck. What this deck is basically I have every card in the world to stop you from doing what you're doing if you're a meta deck. For example, Rabskin Relor, you are not doing damage to my bench or putting damage counters down on them. Toad Scroll, good luck Goldango. Psyduck, no, 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 Dusclops. No, 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 Dusknoir. And then obviously Battle Cage. No more monkeys jumping on my field. And then Team Rocket's Watchtower, of course. No Pidgeot, no Noctowl, no Mega Kangaskhan. So it's so this is basically um the deck as it is, and it does pretty good because all you need is the energy, and there's easy ways to discard the energy in order to use our Chaladon and just have one attack. You could have two of these going at the same time, just to be like have one attacking, one on the bench, or Duraludon sitting on the bench, and then have whatever you need for the meta. And if you don't come against meta, then it's fine. Go to the next match and hope you play against meta. And that's that deck. Um, and then there's a Slowking that I've been working on. Um, this one is a bit different because instead of going with a Satu route, I went with a more believable deck. Like this one actually, hang on, let me change this right quick. There we go. So this one basically is, oh, I have literally every single possible Pokemon I can discard for any deck. So, yo, Pierce Dresser, Sahil, what's up? How y'all doing? What's up? Let's go. Oh, I am doing my speed run rerouting. It's just the Master ACG came in and I was showing him my deck choices for EUIC or the stuff on which I've been working. But yeah, this one basically just has Kyurem for the spread damage, Haxorus to one shot a basic or to one shot Pokemon with special energy, or Annihilate to one shot both Pokemon. So you have automatic one hit KO options here. And then easy draw. Oh yeah, they're great. I love these choices, man. Um, so that's that one. I don't know any of this stuff. Oh yeah, I'm about to get back to the speed run stuff in a second. This one is fun. Actually, let me go to this one first. Let me go to this one first. Actually, no, let's do this one. So this one is basically, I have Noctowl to set up. This is basically Team Rocket's Watchtower beats me. Anything else cannot beat me. Nothing else can win except for Team Rocket's Watchtower. Um, and what happens is I go Noctowl to search for everything. Um, Committed all my time to Valor. That's fair. Bayonet, Cursed Words. Your opponent chooses 3 cards from their hand and shuffle those cards in their deck. You can search for Sarosic's Machinations, or however you say that. Opponent discards all cards from their hand until they have 3 left. Terrible decision. Nah, it's fine. I love Valor, bro. I love playing the game. But yeah, you start Sarosic's Machinations, then you go Bayonet. Their entire hand is gone. So now you use Sylveon to go back and forth between like literally getting rid of your opponent's entire bench and being able to just do 160 and deny them any damage. So you can basically just get knockout, remove Pokemon, knockout, and probably win the game in like 3-4 turns, which is really fun. Um, and that's how that works. So it is very funny. This originally was a Bayonet EX style deck. I think I think this one is, yeah, this one's a little bit different. So this one didn't have the big draw support that I was on. This was more of a early setup, but I'll show you how it works here. Let me get to the other one. So this uses Dracloak for the draw. The setup is the Bayonet. So what you want to do is, instead of going Sarasic, I'm going to do the coin flip option, and I'm going to go Harlequin, because I can guarantee a heads when I flip a coin, but that entire room at EUIC, with the exception of maybe 5 players, nobody else in that room knows that I can land this coin on heads every single time. I'm gonna need support after hearing all this. I'm so cute. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I'm just explaining how these decks are, how I love this game. Like, Pokemon's my thing, man. Like, Valorant is second. A square. I can't see whatever, if there's um an image or a emote, I won't be able to see it. But it's in my multi chat. I could pull up, hang on, let me pull up my hang on. Give me 1 second. Okay, now I can see it. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't know stuff to be. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna put this in I'm gonna do this over here so that way I don't see it. I don't see anyone's up. Oh no, it's YouTube, Andrew. I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Sorry, yeah, I'm doing both. So whenever I Harlequin, I flip, I get heads, I draw 5, my opponent draws 3. I can care less about the 5 cards. That does not bother me in the slightest. What it is they get 3, Bayonet shuffles them all in, and now I've got the ultimate handlock Pokemon. The ultimate handlock Pokemon. Gothitelle. This Pokemon, it doesn't even have to be active. You may look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, put one of them back, put the other card on the bottom of their deck. And then for Psychic Colors 120, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. You can beat your opponent without them ever getting a reasonable start or any reasonable hand to play the game. And it's so fun. People love playing against Gothitelle. the only reason it works so well is because of Drakloak. If it's not for Drakloak, this deck does not work. And you're just hoping that you don't prize Precious Trolley.
Shamu
Yay!
123 joined Shifties Club.
Yay, Shamu! Thank you so much. Appreciate it. How are you? Appreciate you coming in. And then so there's that. There's that. Didn't know you were here. Oh yeah. I'm I was doing rerouting for rather be here than YouTube. Oh, that's fair. Um Oh, that's right. So you're okay, yeah. Yeah. It's I'll go both though. Both are pretty cool. Um but yeah, so that's that, Andrew. So the master ACG is my buddy Andrew, who lives in Georgia. So as you can see, he's been one of my friends for a very long time. I've known this man for over a decade. But Mega Lucario, fun deck, very straightforward, but does brick fairly often, and that's the reason I just never uh played with it anymore. Um, let's see. Jelly. I'd like to see the deck in action, but I got to do mock exam. Be like at 4:35. Okay, yeah, absolutely, man. Just let me know. Yeah, I've got several decks I can show you. More like Jelly Gross or Ho Amarouge box. So, but yeah, you have fun, man. I enjoy always enjoy you being here and always enjoy talking to you, man. Yeah, I guess it's back to speedrunning now since I was just showing my decks off to Andrew, showing him, letting him see everything. Also, I don't know if everyone noticed, Bulbasaur is now behind me. Kind of can't see them that well, but I probably should have put Bulbasaur next to Eevee and Squirtle behind me. Actually, I can do that. Hang on, give me a sec. That's my fault because I should have done this earlier. Ready to see what the speed run is? Oh, I'll tell you in a second. Give me a second. I'm going to swap Squirtle and Bulbasaur so people can actually see Bulbasaur. Actually, you go here, actually. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Works for me. Okay. Definitely be back in about an hour. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll see you then, Andrew. Thank you, buddy. So I just wanted everyone to be able to see the Pokemon behind me. Everyone could kind of see Dragonite a little bit, and then Psyduck. Everyone can see Psyduck. Dragonite's the one that's going to be. Actually, Slowpoke, people can't see Slowpoke anymore. He's just gone. I'm gonna have to put him up here. Is where I'm gonna have to put him, or put him right here, or well, depending on how many people wanted Slowpoke. I might do a completely new survey, see how many people want what Pokemon, and just at everybody and be like, "Hey guys, vote on this Pokemon," and just I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, yeah. So the way the speed run works is I'll show you this part. Hang on, let me find this and I'll show you. Um, let's see my videos. Okay, so here is where I'm at currently with the game. I'll show you this. Let's see, because this is my This one is surf regardless. and you can hear it coming out of my, because I have a regular microphone just sitting there instead of one touched to my ears, and I'm listening to the game out loud from the monitor, blasting the sound instead of me, which is, I guess, but this is me blindfolded, literally playing the game without like, and I love doing this. And this is where I'm at right now in my routing. So this exact same, it's exact same game, the exact same run. I'm just trying to get the time down, and that's the reason why I'm doing it like I'm doing it. Like I'm at over 2.5 hours at this point right here. When I go to do this run again, I should be less than 2 hours when I get to this point. There should not be 2 hours on the clock when I get to this point. That's the reason I'm rerouting and I'm trying to. But yeah, it's But yeah, that's basically it. Um, and then as you can see with this guide right here, like the like this guide that I'm scrolling up and down, like right now I'm right here is where I've got to. Like I've already beaten the guy, so I've got to do this. So my thing is instead of let's see if I can find a wall. Let's see. So you see all these W's. I'm trying to remove these W's, which means I walk into a wall. I go up until I hit a wall. And then I like 3A, 2D, so, or 8R, and then I'm like up to a wall, 3A, 2D, 6D, up to a wall, like left to a wall. I want to take all those walls away and count the steps perfectly. And what that means is I have to remember every single one of these movements perfectly over the course of a 4.5, hopefully 4 hour run. I want it to be closer to four instead of 4.5. But this is what I'm trying to do is, and I can memorize this. People think, oh, that's going to be as I can memorize it. It's with a meta eidetic memory. I have a it's basically a cheat code for me because I can easily remember stuff like that. Um, I don't have perfect memory. I don't have it by a long shot. But what I was telling Andrew is like I remember things that people just don't even fathom remembering. And I'm like, oh yeah, last time we played was 2012 at a Pokemon City Championship round 3. I remember you were playing, and people would be like, I don't remember what I ate yesterday. You remember what I played? And I'm like, oh yeah. And then be like, and it's so fun when I do that and people are just like, what the? It's so fun, bro. It is. What's ATL JDM? Okay, so actually, I'll show you. This is my sponsor, ATL JDM. Let me go back into. This is ATL JDM. This is here. Let me get rid of my face cam. Bing. Okay, so basically, he does appointments only because he doesn't want a whole bunch of people on the lot at once trying to like look at cars, trying to get every. Basically, he's so what he does mostly is right-hand drive vehicles, like imports from Japan. Like for example, like all of these are all right-hand drive vehicles. They're and he makes a good bit of money from this too, which as you can see, bunch of Japanese brand vehicles. Like for example, like let's see, yeah, let's talk about this one. I guess hang on. He did have pictures available. I guess he only does videos now. Oh yeah, Twitch subscription from again. Yeah. Well, so I'm showing you right now. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. So ATLJDM. Basically it's a Japanese dealer of motor vehicles. Basically, my buddies are the guy who owns this. Literally sponsors my channel. He So this is I don't know if you see if you could see the chat in Twitch. I don't know if you can see the gift sub thing with a 1 on it. The present with a 1 on top of it says Parth Vader next to it, and underneath it says 105. This is the guy who owns ATL JDM, is the Parth Vader. He's the guy who sponsors my channel. And sometimes sponsors my competitive play if I tell him I'm actually going to try at a tournament, which rarely happens. But yeah, this is it's pretty cool. Like he'll go through videos like he has his thing here. Um and then he'll have a bunch of these that what he's done, like this brand new or this car he just got.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Parth with Atlanta JDM here to show off another one of our imports. And today we are looking at Matt's custom ordered 1995 Suzuki Cappuccino. And this is not a stranger to the channel. Our actual original logo for ATL JDM was a Suzuki Cappuccino. It was one of the first cars that we imported. They're super fun cars. This one's an EA21R, so it's got the K6A.
And then you can see this.
You can see it's getting a little bubbly there, but not the end of the world, Rest of the door build up.
So here's where you get to see on the right hand side. It's a right hand drive vehicle. If it'll load. Yeah, it is fire.
While we have this open, we'll just kind of look at the inside. Very clean car. I don't think I've had a cappuccino I was disappointed with. The aftermarket steering wheel. It's got the aftermarket Momo pedals too.
Like that is like so that's what he does. And he does pretty good. He makes a pretty good amount of money doing it. But he also said that if anything ever, here's the funny thing. He said if anything ever happens to his business or him, like he owns those cars. So if anything ever happens, what he could do is use the car to be a postal worker if anything ever happened. So he has a backup plan with those right-hand drive vehicles, a backup plan of working for USPS. That is just bro is genius. Like and he loves working on these things, so yeah, he said if anything happens to the business, he said he doesn't look for it to happen, but people will always want joyrides or toy cars to play with. I say toy because like fun, expensive toys is basically what he has. Uh like he does customizations like crazy to these things. He'll put whatever color paint you want. He can do like custom steering wheels, pedals. Like he's pretty cool. But anyway, that's ATL JDM. Um, he sponsored my channel for so long, so it's like always want to show him love. I always want to shout him out if I can. He's a really cool guy. Um, let's see. I want to double check if I've. Okay, I've done post scientist. Okay, we're good. So let's see, where am I going with this? Okay, right here. Okay, cool. Yep. I want to do that because that's actually fun to do. It's like, do that little motion. And closing my eyes doing it, and it's just like, I did it perfectly too. What? I'm gonna head up, but if I catch you on Valos, I'll be sure to annoy you. Oh yeah, sure. Thank you, Shamu. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Hey, I'll see you. I'll see you later, man. I probably will play. I'll probably play tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure because my Pistons are playing the Warriors on ESPN, and I want to see that. So yeah. All right, T and say that. All right, yep. You have a wonderful one, man. Always appreciate everyone that comes in, says hello, talks, chats. Always love you guys. Y'all feel free to. Oh, okay. I I just have so much fun doing the streaming content creation. I love it so much. I actually have so many ideas for videos that I can do. Like I thought about doing like because I was gonna do weekly sports betting analyst videos, but I was also gonna do like random videos like talk about this week like this year's NFL draft. Um Andrew would like that I want to talk about the Pokemon TCG. My Discord is Shamu. Sorry, sometimes messages don't send because slow mode stops. Oh, yeah, no. You're good. You're good. So the only reason I put slow mode on was because there were so many people in my server who would literally type message like 5 lines in like under 10 seconds, and they're just instead of editing one message or typing everything in one message, and they would just go boom, 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 and I'm like, bro, stop it. And I'm like, I gotta turn slow mode on for my entire Discord. Uh, and that's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. I just hate my members getting pinged so much. Or being like getting pinged like 5 times in 10 seconds. Because there's some people that my Discord's the only one they're in. There's a lot of people like that in my Discord. They only have Discord to support me, which I love. Most of them's family or people who know nothing about Discord. So, but yeah, that's the only reason why. But yeah, so what I was saying, let's see. So one of them was the 2026 NFL Draft. Another one was um, the expanded, like, be it the availability of cards in the Pokemon TCG as far as competitive format goes. And I was going to do a full video on why I like what I believe will. I know what'll work. I know how to make things better, and also Pokemon or TPCI makes money. Players are happy, collectors are happy, everyone's happy if they would do it. But most people working for TPCI are not intelligent. They just are not. Puka, Kyle Sukovich, he's intelligent. Kenny Wisdom, he is intelligent. Well, you've got guys like Dan. I don't know if they still work there. Dan Brandt, idiot. Pete DeShaw got his head stuck up. Um, there's just so many people working for that company that are, if they still do, I don't know if they still do, that are they're so stupid that they don't understand how to easily and effectively make our game better. It's so simple, so easy, but it takes, and it's like, oh well, he's just a random player. He don't know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, a guy who had an IQ of 172 tested doesn't know how to do it. Yeah, oh 100%. I hate those every time. And people will do that. They'll be like, "Oh, these are random. They're not as smart as us." It's so damn. And some people wonder why some businesses fail, and people are like, "Oh no, I know more than you." I'm like, I'm not gonna say who, but there's several business owners that I know who think, "Oh, well, I know everything about this," or "I'm so good," or "so smart," and they lose their business, or their business slowly declines to the point where they still think they're gonna come back or do well. It never happens. Um, Sadly, I know too many people like that. Let's see. Actually, I might have accidentally loaded instead. Let me load back to the safe state right quick. I'm trying to do it blindfolded, but I didn't wait like I was supposed to. I totally did not wait there. Okay. File save as scientist number 2. Yep, replace that. And then I can strengthen till dead. Yeah, so even if it uses conversion, it's still going. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, makes sense though. Okay, save this state as this one here. Yeah, I think content creation. I'm hoping that some of the like doing some edits to the content. Like I'm hoping that it can be a little bit more eye catching, and hopefully I can get more views with some of it. But hoping for the best. Or okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I guess 4. Okay. Okay. then just strength and surf the wheezing. I'll make micro edits as I go. Once I'm finally done with this, I want to make micro edits to it, of course. Okay, one more. Okay, so from here we go 1, 2, 3, pause. So it's just, if it's 6, it's just 1 left. PC Hill. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna reload this because yeah, 3, yeah. Or 3L, not 3R, 3L. I don't know why it said that. One, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Spin until safe tone, yep. hang on. Okay. Save tone. L to A. Alright, let's load this back up. We're going to make sure that we did this correctly. Based on the 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Nine L, not R. I don't know what I was thinking when I put that. Alright, this is where this is the last place we didn't get a chance to make a safe state here, so we haven't gotten this far in rerouting, so hang on. Ow. Sorry. I have a lot of fat on my body, for anyone who doesn't know. Like, I'm really fat, so. Okay, so. Um. I guess I could do it right here, but the stairs. Never mind. I'm gonna go back. Yeah. Let's Yeah, I can definitely save that here. That makes 100% sense. Yay.
Ready Breakers joined Shifty's Club.
Yay! Yay, Ready Wreckers! Thank you so much! Appreciate it. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Hey! Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing well. Not bad, thank you. You're routing a blindfolded. So I own the okay, yes, so I own the world record for Pokemon Gold any percent glitchless blindfolded at 5 hours, 8 minutes, and 4 seconds. What I'm doing is I'm trying to reroute it so that way, yeah. So I'm trying to reroute it so instead of using walls, I'm doing the entire run with exact step counts, with the exception of the very few times where I encounter a wild Pokemon, like in the early game where I don't have repels available. Outside of that, which is 100% faster. But here's the okay, so you can see from here, like from the top right here, where it says after battle, like S is stairs, like up, left, down, right. Oh wait, you can't. I don't guess you can see it. Hang on. There we go. Like you have, this is up stairs, two to the right, four down, left, um, like that. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting out this wall right here. Walls like up wall, up wall. This is where I'm at right here in the game where I'm supposed to go up and change each of these switches. I'm supposed to go to the very far left and go three, two, one. But instead, what I can do instead of going walls, I can count these steps exactly, which is going to be two. I think it's two steps. Yeah, from here it's two steps. If I'm one further down, it's three, but I'm pretty sure it's two. Um, and that's all I need to do is just replace them with the actual number and memorize the new number, which is not, people think, oh, that's extremely difficult. It's not as difficult for me because like I have something called a meta eidetic memory, which is kind of like cheating, but it's not really, it's like I have to actually memorize and play through the whole game, but I have an advantage that most people don't have, and that's the memory, being able to memorize it. uh which people like my friend Livy, it takes Livy, like Livy would rather do like glitched runs that take shorter amount of time, whereas I prefer the full game with no glitches, just play through the entire game, and people are like, and it's so fun. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. Let's see. So how do you handle random battles blindfolded? So many variables. Oh, there's no random battles. So the only time you ever get random is early game when you have no repels for the grass. Once you no, yeah, you're good. Um Once you get to Azalea Town, you have access to repels. Until then, there's some grass on routes 29, 30, 31. You never have to work. You don't have to worry, but like three tiles of grass on all of Route 32 just to get to one. Or no, absolutely. See one, two. No, it's more grass than that. Um, there's a few tiles of grass that you got to worry about. There's none on Route 33. The entire cave, Union Cave, does have some. Trying to think. Um, The and then from that point on, you don't have any other encounters. Your biggest run killer? Oh god. Rival 2 is the worst. Rival 2. Let me give you an example. I'm going to show you Rival 2. The worst of the worst battles in this entire game. Because we're not saving for this. There's no reason to save for this. It's so early on in the run. This is about 30 minutes into the run. And so for me, I already have bite, which is great for me. And I make sure that I battle a few extra trainers to make sure that I can get that bite. And then that right there will kill a run every time. But Bailey's Razor Leaf usually critical hits. Yeah, it's fine though. Let's go again. Let's see if we can beat it this time. I have made my odds better of being able to withstand this Bayleaf. But the first time that stupid Razor Leaf crits, it doesn't one-shot, but it's as close to game over as it gets. But I made sure if I could learn Bite for Ghastly, there would be no problems with this except for Bayleaf. And it's not critting. I don't know why it's not critting, but it normally crits. I wonder if we can beat it the third time around. That, if I ever did that in a run, that's a reset. What I just did is actually go down because I am on a rappel right now. World record holder, ever since I first made it. It's been like, I want to say, I think I did it 2 years ago. It might have been last. I think it's been 2 years, I think, since I've held the world record. There was never a record for this. Like, I'm the only person to ever do this entire game. 8 gems, Elite 4, 8 gems in Kanto, plus red, all blindfolded. The only person to ever do that. Yeah. See, this is not what happens in a run. That does happen in a run a lot. That is what normally happens with Razor Leaf getting crit. No matter what, I always die, even if that was a. So you can see how difficult it is to beat this trainer. But yeah, it's Oh yeah, like I'll show you this. Give me a second. I'm gonna let me pull up this. Let's see, YouTube. I am streaming on both YouTube and on Twitch, so I'll show you this. Let's see, where's my channel? Um, Videos. Ooh, I forgot to do my picks for today. Ugh, forgot to do my video for my picks. Dang it. Okay. Because I promised everyone I was still gonna do them all the way up until hang on, where's my told no matter what I was gonna do them. Um I could have sworn that I had hang on, I'll let you guys see this. I don't care if y'all see. Let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to find let's see. Yeah, this is this gold one, but there's another video. There's a gold glitchless with like 7 hours that I definitely don't care about. Let's see. It might actually be on. Yeah, let's see if it's still on Twitch. My channel. Let's see. So I'm gonna go to here. My videos. My highlights. Let's collapse that. Yeah, this was 2 years ago when I did the world record speed run for Pokemon Gold, as you can see. Um, I'm still trying to find the original Pokemon Gold one, the oldest one. Oh, I can't find it. I never uploaded it to YouTube because or to Twitch. I didn't do it because I wasn't going to make a VOD out of it because it was literally a 7 hour run. And I was like, yeah, I don't care for 7 hour run. It's just to me that's just not something that I'm going to put out there, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Is Gold your favorite? But oh no, Gold is not even close to my favorite game. Stadium 2 is my favorite game. Stadium 2 will always be my favorite game. And there were so many tournaments. But okay, so this is what we used to do back in the day. When we played, yeah, when we played in tournaments for VGC, well, it wasn't really VGC. It was, so they were called Prime Cups. And these were our video game championship series that we had back in Gen 1 and 2 was a Prime Cup. And what you do is they had the transfer pack. You were to bring your version with you because they used to do link cable battles where everyone had to pick up the link battle. You had to have your own Game Boy, make sure your batteries were in. They were you had fresh batteries because if you lost power during the thing, you lost the round. But they decided, hey, we're going to put this on the Nintendo 64. We put in a transfer pack, and then there was these Nintendo 64s back then cost literally $5 a pop. Old Nintendo, like used Nintendo 64s, did not cost them much at all. You could buy them very cheap, and so because funny thing is that the GameCube wasn't too far off, but they already had the Game Boy Advance made, and we didn't have Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire yet, so we had literally all of these things lined up for like an entire like 6 month period, where there's a whole bunch of Nintendo 64s, two controllers, put your pack into the transfer pack, load it up, pull it up. You have to battle with a team that's in your party that you chose at the beginning of the at the tournament. You had to put your team in your party. You could not edit it because you filled it out on a sheet and you submitted it and then you go. So basically You have to choose all 6 of the same Pokemon, and then you go into Prime Cup, and then you choose 3. Your opponent has no idea what you're choosing, but you could choose any 3 that you wanted. And in Gen 1, I would always go Snorlax, Mew, Mewtwo. Everyone started Mewtwo for no reason, or the bad players started Mewtwo. So my first like 2 or 3 rounds, I could always get free wins because everyone's going Mewtwo Psychic as the first Pokemon first move. Snorlax absorbs that and then is going to literally go Amnesia, and then they just have no win condition. Like if they don't have a Machamp in the back, they cannot win that match because all they have is Psychic, Thunder, Blitz, and for some reason kids did this. I had no idea why they did it, but they're like, "Oh yeah, well I'm gonna win. I've got all the most powerful attacks on this Mewtwo." And when I played against actual players who knew what they were doing, it get hard, bro. It get hard. And I played against this one guy once who his starting Pokemon was quite literally, I'm not kidding, it was a Tauros. Now, for people wondering, Tauros is not a very good matchup for Snorlax. I can win. It's not that good of an odd for me. I have no way to improve my attack stat. I can improve my special defense. I have no way to boost my attack like with Swords Dance. Guess what Tauros has? A high attack. Snorlax has a high special defense, not a high defense. So it's so much easier, and you can more easily two-shot the Snorlax. So there's so much going on. Like you could see the people who were good at the game were just leading Mewtwo every game. But anyway, sorry, I got off on a tangent. I started talking about it. I'm sorry. I love Pokemon. I love playing this game. I've loved it ever since I was a kid. So I used to have a highest physical. I would think so too. But I think his base defense is 65. Hang on, let me double check that. Um, let's see. Yep, base defense of 65. Snorlax does. Hang on, let me show you. So yeah, it's basically this is what it is like it was attack and special defense, but in Gen 1, it was a little bit different. Like it wasn't exactly this in Gen 1. Let me see if let's see if I can find this is easier because this one will show you like because I used him in Gen 1. It wasn't Gen 2 that I used him. Gen 2 he was so impossible to win with because he was slow. It does Munchlax, yeah. Okay, yeah. So his special base stat was 65. It was not 110. So what you could do back then is you could use a move called Amnesia. Amnesia in Gen 1 raised your special. It raised your special defense and raised your special by 2 stages. Meaning instead of this being like right at because it was my special at level 100 was somewhere around probably about 170 100. So it would literally get up to over 340 would be my special defense. This thing absolutely was the hardest thing to take down in on special defense. But my defense, what they didn't have any good ways for me to get my defense up. Like I'll show you, like Generation One Learn Set. This was what I had is like Amnesia, but I had Harden, but I didn't use Harden. There's just no point in using it. I had Earthquake because Earthquake is just stupid good. I also had Rock Slide because the move is dumb. Like the idea that they would give me access to these two being as strong as Snorlax is was absolutely insane how good this was. And but yeah, it's Prevolution Munchlax. I can show you Munchlax. Like this is the pretty cool thing that you could do with like gold and silver is like, but we didn't have access to it at back in Gen 1. I didn't have access to any of these, but I really wouldn't have used any of them. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I did. It was pretty cool. Like you could, I could teach it like body slam. It gets the same type attack bonus. So now all of a sudden you've got a ground type, you've got a rock type, and you've got a same type attack bonus body slam, which is doing a base 100, almost 130 power, which is dumb. But yeah, it's let me show you Munchlax. There he is. There's Munchlax. The yeah, he's pretty cool. Um, what Gen 4 Munchlax is I'll show you National Dex number 446. First gen it was the first generation 4 Pokemon to be revealed in public May 2004. So basically when we still had generation 3, Munchlax was revealed. It was so I yeah, it's because Pokemon yeah, Pokemon Ranger and this it's kind of weird. Um it's hard to explain like all of the but when I was so happy when I first saw Munchlax, oh my god. This thing was absolutely amazing. Like it's not great stats, of course. Like it's not powerful at all, but by golly, does this thing turn into the greatest tank in the history of Pokemon? Yeah. Let's see, where am I at? Let's see, there's D. You're a great streamer. How long have you been streaming for? I didn't even. So I've been doing this since 2020. Um, so it's been a while. I appreciate it though. Thank you. I I have been trying so hard. Like I've grown this pretty well. People know who I am. Um, I've been trying so hard to get this. I'll show you this. This one I'm trying to get it monetized, but apparently I have to have at least 1,000 subscribers in order to monetize on the platform. It used to be easier. I don't remember what it was, but um then after so long, they were just like, okay, yeah, you can't monetize anymore because you don't meet the thing. So they took away my monetization because I didn't have the specs for which they needed, which was stupid. And then I was like, one of these days I'm gonna hit 1,000 subscribers on this. Oh, also I'll give you this too, just in case you want it. This is the Discord channel. Um, I don't post a whole bunch of stuff on here, but I post anytime I feel like something's important or it's just like a bunch of random stuff. Oh, thank you so much. Um, oh, I see you, yay, yay, thank you. Yeah, but basically all I try to do is I try my darndest to get the view. Like I have so I have a person who does like that helps me do certain stuff. Another person, like I have like people who do certain stuff to help me and do help me out, and bro, it works so well. Like I just love the community I have. They're so cool. Like one of the guys that was on earlier, or he was in my Twitch chat earlier. He was one of the guys that helped me actually get my channel started and actually helped me like set everything up. And then there was a guy who um, set me up with the what you see below the panels below full time streamer. At the moment, I am. The reason I am is because I'm currently unemployed. But I'm not looking. I tell people I'm not looking to make money, like make buttloads of money off this. All I'm looking for is to hit monetization on YouTube, and the reason why is because once I do, I will invest money. I'm talking about money into YouTube videos, knowing that I can return off of them. But unless I can return off of them, there's no point. But yeah, that's why. um, but I at the moment, yeah, I'm a full time streamer pretty much. Um, I don't put in like 8 hours a day. I'll put in usually between like 2.5 to 4, maybe 5 hours. Um, like this one right here, I'm an hour 43 minutes 26 seconds into the um stream, so I'll be on for a decent bit longer. I've been on since three p.m. Most people have been wanting me to do more afternoon streams, so I've been doing a lot more afternoon stuff. Um, and that's the reason why. And people are like, "Oh, we want you to do more speed run content and Pokemon TCG content." So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing mostly Valorant over the last month, and the only reason why is because I've been trying to do clips for YouTube to try to get some like content, like some. I don't know how much. I don't know if you've played Valorant or not, but the mode Swift Play, I would try to farm clips on that mode because it's so much faster, but your econ is so much better every round. Like after round, like you get a good econ round where you can buy a decent gun and some shields and some abilities, and then after that it gives you pretty much free way to get like everything. And that's the reason I love playing that mode and just trying to see if I can farm clips on it. So when people are like, "Oh yeah, those are the clips that I did," because I'm like, I know eventually I'm gonna hit 1,000 subscribers. Eventually I will, and when I do, it's going to be it's gonna be uphill from there. Oh yeah, gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I ramble on a lot. I I love to tell people pretty much anything and everything about me, my brand, and my channel. I try. Um, Also, I need to check something before I continue. I totally forgot to look and see. Nope. Okay. Hasn't come in yet. Okay. I'm looking for an email to come in and I just totally forgot until like now. But yeah, no, this is pretty much what I do. This Valorant I'll try to like even after I've done streaming tonight or today, what I'll do is I'll you normally cook food, eat something. I will have the NBA game on uh probably this screen right here. I'll have an NBA game on, and then I'll be playing Valorant on this one, and I'll just be on the background. I'll have that screen basically recording what I'm doing with the sound, the voice, and everything, and then I'll have it going to my ears, and then the game is just out loud on the. It's pretty cool how I can do it. I love OBS so much. But yeah, that's yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I love meeting new people. Love getting to talk to new people, making new friends. It's fun. It's exciting. I my buddy let's see. Well, I forget the guy's. I forget.
Life with Adam
Yay!
subscribed to Shifty's Club on YouTube.
Thank you so much. Yay! Yay! I appreciate it. Thank you so much. With Adam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, we're getting closer and closer to hitting that goal. Closer and closer. We're very far off, but we're still hoping. We're still climbing. We're not letting go of that climb. We're gonna keep going until we hit it, and that's a promise. My YouTube channel name. Thank you so much. It does help. I'll tell you right now. Every single sub on YouTube helps tremendously. People have no idea how much they help me because the day I hit 1,000 subs, I have people who are willing to put my content on their computer and just let basically like a playlist of every single video that I have, and they're basically willing to put it on their computer, run it on play like a whole playlist, and then just let everything go, and then just play back to back. So all my content gets like reviewed for so many hours. They said once it hits 1,000, they're like, yeah, we'll do it. I was like, okay. So hopefully you got great energy, really great stuff. Thank you so much. Yeah, oh dude, I love being that energetic, like happy person. Like I might be unemployed, but I tell people I have a house with a roof over my head. I've got great food. I've got water to drink. I've got more Pokemon cards than any person alive. Like I've got millions of single cards. I've got actually tens of thousands of sealed Pokemon products in this. Like I've got dozens of 2 foot plushies. I've got a bunch more plushies of other size. Like absolute bro, I am blessed beyond like there is nobody that's got it. That's I'm not gonna say no one's got about like I am so blessed. Like I'm so happy about what I have in life. I can't be mad. Like I can't be. Fantastic. Oh yeah, thank you. I tell people spread the positivity. I tell people like if you ever like I live in a place called Cumming, Georgia, and people see me all the time, and they'll always see me and there's people who look at me weird when I smile, and I'm like, and some people are like, why is that random guy smiling? And then sometimes people will ask me or they'll talk to me and it's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing great. How are you? And yeah, it's the energy. I don't know. It's the attitude, I guess. Like I've I've got more than 99.999% of people on the planet. I cannot be upset. I cannot be mad. Like I cannot be mad at what I have. Like it's so good. I love life. Like but yeah. That's yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Uh it's been the worst month of my life and really great to hear this. Oh my god. If you about to say, if you want to share, you have anything you need to say, or is that like, I mean, my chat's always open, my Discord is always open, my DMs are always open. Like, I can't promise that I'll always answer like as soon as I get message. I've got friends. I got one friend. She was like, something was wrong, and I had no idea. Like in the middle of the night, when I got up, checked my phone, my phone was off, and then it's like 4 o'clock, and then I see her message, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, my phone was turned off. Are you okay?" And then got on Discord call and talked with her, and and then tried to help her. But yeah, you just reminded me a lot to appreciate what I have. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm I'm s- I'm just a happy person. Like, I look at my life to this point, I cannot be mad or upset. Like, and I tell people this, I see millionaires who are full of uh what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't want to say stress, but I guess in a way, like they they're so like they look stressed and miserable even though they're millionaires. If I had $1 million, I would be the happiest person on planet. Like, I'm already a happy person. That money would be in an account sitting raking in interest, and I would be using that to make videos instead of trying to hit monetization. I would use that to hit monetization. uh is what I would do. But yeah, I um but yeah, I think things will definitely look up for both of us. I I I've I have faith that some company is going to call. They're gonna make me an offer. They're gonna. Do you find yourself naturally happy if you had to cultivate it? Oh, naturally happy. Like like I tell people, like, there's a new Pokemon set that came out today, and people were like, "Oh, I couldn't find this set, bro," or like all the scalpers got it and this and that. I didn't wake up early to go wait at Walmart for it. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, no problem. And I've got friends where I'm like, hey, like in my Discord channel, I told people like my shifty wants. I was like, if y'all open up Ascended Heroes, check out my shifty wants chat, and then you can see all the cards that I'm wanting from the new set. Yeah, Ascended Heroes, yes! Oh my god, yeah! Yep. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I told him I was like that is I was like I was like the cards that I'm looking for, like my friend is big into the card stuff. Oh yeah. I told him the one card I'm looking for more than anything is Pokepad. It is a common trainer card, and I am trying to get four of them. Once I do, the other cards can wait depending on what I want to play. I still don't know what I'm going to play. I so I had a job. I was employed, and there was a tournament in London. It's taking place Valentine's Day weekend. There is a there's a tournament in London called the European International Championship for Pokemon. And I registered for the event, successfully got registered. I then booked my flight, paid for it in full, booked my hotel, paid for it in full. So now that I don't have a position, I've already paid for that. I might as well go and use it. I might as well go to the tournament, go play, try to win, and then just see if I can bring home some money from it. Which is not too hard because even if I got top 256 or 512, I still get Like top 128, I get pretty good prize, but even as top 256, 512, I still get hundreds of dollars worth of like sealed product that I can bring back home. So it won't be a huge bust. And the Pokemon Center on site, I can still like I can get like Pokemon Center merchandise at like 50, $60 for like this box, and then turn around here in the US and be like, hey, by the way, this is $250, $300 here. And then just the only reason I would is because, yeah, I'm unemployed. So it's the only reason I would do it. I would never do it outside of that. But I was like, hey, maybe I'll get a job and be able to start immediately upon returning. So I told people, I told one company, I really am looking for. I was like, I start as soon as possible, or or maybe in the future. I was like, how about how about the third Tuesday in February? That's like, and I was just like, I'll start then or something. But no, yeah, I love Pokemon so much, bro. It's just like the game is just so fun for me. Like people just have no idea. Like I have so much fun. I love it so much. I actually forgot to look and see if the Pokemon Center openings opened up. They probably already did, and I missed them completely.
Come here.
Let's see. Sorry, my favorite mon Snorlax, without a doubt, is Snorlax. Let's see. Pop up store. Damn it! Oh my god. Mmm. Nobody reminded me when it was. Oh my god. So I want to show you. So I want to show you what it the stuff that I wanted to get was like. So this is the international championships from Europe. This is the Pokemon Center like on site that we had, but apparently everything is filled, which sucks. I'm gonna have to find someone that I know who's got one that might have an extra slot for me to go in with them, which would be great if they could. Um, Pin trading, yeah, I have a bunch of pins, I just don't ever use them. Um, Actually, give me a. I will be right back. I've got to go tinkle the sprinkle. I'll be right back. Amazing phrase. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, this this right here is what I wanted to get every bit of this. This is the stuff I really wanted. I thought about wanting this, I haven't decided, but I was like, there's so much, like, this is so cool, so pretty. Like, I really just want this to have for myself. Like, that looks cool. I really don't do the keychain things, but they'd be pretty cool. Like deck boxes, card sleeves, but I definitely do these. Like I've done these, but not as many. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that I really wanted. That was like that's why I was like I really wanted to be able to get the that the registration was because I really seriously like I was like I want nothing. I want to get. I don't even care for the ETB as much. I like the ETB, but having the brand merchandise for the EUIC, I did for NEIC. I got the ones that people are like, oh, I don't like. I forget what it was. The like Teal Mask and Hearthstone Ogre Pawns and all that. I was like, what's wrong with the Ogre Pawns? I was like, this stuff, yeah, it looks cool, and I want to get it too. Like, I definitely, that's what I want to get is like Pokemon that are on site. Yeah, I want that stuff. Absolutely. Um, let's see. And hopefully, when I go to Worlds this year, Worlds is in August. I told someone, I was like, I want that very first slot at the Pokemon Center. Like, I want to be like on the computer. I want to know exactly. Like, I want to be on the computer the minute that that goes live. Because I didn't know. No one told me when it was supposed to go live. So I was like, I was like, yeah. Let's see. Um, do you go as a competitor? Yes, competitor. Yep. There are very few tournaments that I've ever gone to as a spectator, or not. Very few, like regional, international, national, and world championships that I go to. Almost always, I'm always a competitor. Like I've never like the only time I've ever like been spectators like small tournaments that I so at one point back when there was no such thing as a scalper for Pokemon. Like they were all like shoes and stuff. Like I was the guy who could literally go down to Alpharetta, or that's where I live in Georgia. So I live in Cumming. But anyway, I go down to Alpharetta. I could pick up a whole thing full of sealed stuff. Of course, not all of it was Pokemon, but you had to take it all or none. So I would literally take the whole thing, loaded every bit of it up into my vehicle, and then I would pay the guy and I would get out of there. Now, what I would do with it is I would sell a bunch of the stuff that I had no idea what it was to someone who did know what it was. And they'd give me like half of what its actual price was, which is far more than I paid for it. Um, my wife likes your Bulbasaur. Oh yeah, Bulbasaur. Yeah, he's so my buddy um my buddy Rob, this is his favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur. Come here. Oh. Bulbasaur is normally Bulbasaur says hi. I love my Bulbasaur. Yeah, it's a good Bulba. I like I like Bulbasaur's a good Pokemon. Bulbasaur's not my starter in Pokemon Red. Bow bow. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, but no, he's not my. Squirtle is my starter in Pokemon Red, just because the speed run requires Squirtle instead of Bulbasaur. But Bulbasaur's a good Pokemon. Bulbasaur's cool. I've got so many plushes. Like you and your wife would not believe at the Pokemon plushes I have. I have more than any normal person should ever have. Hang on. I'm trying to push Bulbasaur back where people can see as much of him as possible. But yeah, um, yeah. As you can see, let's see how many plushes are showing right now. Let's see. Yeah, y'all can't see beside. Y'all can't see behind. Or let's see. Bulbasaur, Sprigatito, Gengar, Squirtle, Eevee. Y'all can't see the Slowpoke hiding behind Gengar, but there's a Dragonite. The Slowpoke's right next to Dragonite, Psyduck, Mimikyu, Giant Pikachu, 3 foot plush Pikachu, Snorlax, Cyndaquil, 2 foot plush Pikachu, Mew, and Oshawott. What y'all cannot see is y'all cannot see the Sylveon sitting back up there, um, Quaxley, Snorlax with a Pikachu on him, Fuecoco, Charizard, um, and a lot more downstairs. There's a lot of them, but I just don't have room for them all to just sit and look pretty. I probably should at some point, but until I get um until I get a really nice like career, I guess, because I thought I had one, but then the companies for which I worked, they just did not last, and it sucks because I was good at my jobs. I was really good at them. And then it's like, oh, the company went under. I was like, well, that's just my bad luck. uh, but yeah, thank you. Your wife has got good taste in Pokemon. Bulbasaur's cool. It's funny because most of my fans, it sucks. Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, I I will eventually find something. Like it's not that big of a deal. Um, I don't like spending a whole ton of money when I have employment. I normally um try to save, and this is what I do. I try to save $500 of my check and have the rest to spend. Like every week, I try to save 500 and the rest to spend. And the reason I do that is because I'm like, okay, so if anything ever happens, I have funds set aside. I do have funds set aside that I'm probably never going to touch, or enough that I'll never have to worry. But I just don't spend a whole lot of money. Like these guys, every one of these I bought when I was employed. And same thing with the sealed product. All the sealed product was employed when I got it. Um, like most of the loose single cards that I have, I got them from buying bulk from other people or trading from others or um, uh, working for store credit up at Kapow Comics, where it's my local shop. Just a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's fine. Like stuff happens, but I things will get better. I know things will get better. Like there's no doubt in my mind things will get better. Um, which reminds me, I've got to find someone who's got an EUIC time slot open because I gotta meet them up and be there when they go into the Pokemon Center because I don't want to. It's not that I tell people it's nothing to spend money. Like there's stuff that you just cannot buy at like anywhere else, except for like the times that you see the stuff that you see at that Pokemon Center. Like it's gonna be that price one time and one time only. You'll never see it again. People are gonna throw it up for like 3-4 times the value on like eBay and Amazon because they're like, oh, it's a finder's fee, and I'm like, no, it's a scalper right there. Yeah. But I tell them all that stuff that you saw, I want to buy it. I want to get it so I can have it for collection. Like I've got stuff upstairs that still have been sitting there. I have not. There's a drawer right there behind Sprigatito, full of stuff from NAIC that I still have yet to put downstairs. Um, and I'll eventually do it. It's just that right now I need more tubs, and I keep forgetting to get more tubs. Whenever I was employed, I forgot to get more. I was like, well, I'll get more gray tubs eventually. Never did. Never did. And so I use is the same tubs. I use the fireproof, waterproof tubs to get. Um, it's exact same ones. I use them. I put all my Pokemon stuff in them, and but yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going off on a tangent talking about random stuff that most people probably don't care about. uh, but yeah, that's my apologies. Super cool one. That's why. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Hey, I, if people if people told me, hey, we want you to do this, we want you like, I had a guy once who's like, I'm not kidding when I say this. He said, hey, dude, I want you to try Genshin Impact. It's a free game. So I played it for, and it was, and the guy gifted, I forget how many subs it was. I think it was 25 subs. He was like, play Genshin Impact. So I played it for a hot minute, and then every time he'd be like, hey, I'm gonna be home from work. Is like, are you gonna be streaming? Is like, hey, can you play Genshin Impact for? I was like, absolutely, bro. And I was like, I'll play Genshin Impact for you, and I pretty much uninstalled it because it was like it was getting so hard to do anything to the point where like he was like, yeah, I was like, it's just not interesting anymore. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, is like I'm more into watch. He's like, I'm more into watching Valorant now, and I was just like, I play Valorant as I've played Valorant for a good hot minute, TFT, stuff like that, and let's see, X Speed. Or wait, Ice Punch first. But yeah. So, mm, but yeah, this it's fun. I love doing what I do. Let's see. X let's see. Yeah, expect would be no, let's see. Hang on, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 down. And then full heal 7 up. But yeah, yeah, that's it's hard because like I tell people so much and then there's just nothing else left to tell about me. And I try to keep things interesting, but also as I try to keep things fun, interesting. Like it. Oh, there was this one guy who came in. I thought this was funny. Um, so I was doing a blindfolded speed run, and I had no idea that there were a couple of guys who just decided randomly to come into my chat while I cannot see anything, and a they had a politics debate in my chat while I can't see shit. I can't see anything. And they're just go and I look back at the chat and I'm just like, what are what the are you guys talking about in this? Because I didn't understand. I don't know politics. And they were just going on. I don't know what half this crap is that they're talking about. And I'm just like, it's like, why? And then my friend was like, "Oh yeah, I was there, but then I just left the tab open and had your stream going. I was unactive." I'm like, "Oh." And it was one of my mods, and I was like, "I don't look to ban anyone." I was just like, "Let's just." I was just like, "Next time someone does that, just time them out and let them know." Or just be like, "Hey, let's not talk politics, okay?" And if they continue to do it, just go like, "Okay, 1 second timeout." Bing. I was like, "I told you not to do it." Like that's what I tell people. It's just like it's nothing's a big deal to me. Like there's some people who get super they're super uptight about everything, and I'm just like, nah, I can't do that. Like I was like, I don't know crap about politics, so I can't say nothing. Uh, but yeah, absolutely love doing what I do, man. It's so much fun. In happiness, my wife is very much like you in that regard. I wish I was. Oh yeah. Hey, I tell you what. Um, Ready Breaker's wife, happiness is so I love it. Like it's like I don't know how else to say it. Like I don't think there's any real words I could tell you love with it so much, bro. Like I'm one of the few people in the world who found the one thing that they are better at doing than everybody. And mine is as random as it gets. When you tell someone your modern day Oh my god. I tell people like the thing I'm best at doing is speedrunning Pokemon games blindfolded. The question mark over their head never goes away. Like it's just so funny. Like someone's just like, "What the hell is that?" And they're just like, I don't know. It's funny when I tell people what I like. And hey, like I've loved playing Pokemon forever, and one of these days, and here's something funny. So as a player, I've and there are a few there are a few content creators that can do um Tricky Jim, um Trick Roar. I don't know if Azul GG actually he might have been playing when it happened. Some people spend their lives not loving anything or anyone. I suspect they never find. Yeah, they never do. But there's a lot of members of the Pokemon TCG community who can say what is most noteworthy about Shifty, and they'll be like, The man has quite literally caused Pokemon like TPCI to change the rules multiple times. Like the only person to ever cause rules to be changed more than like or you cause more than one rule to be changed. Like there's a guy like Michael Long who intentionally got prize penalties so he could play a card. It's so here's how Pokemon. So in Pokemon, you set up your game in the card game. You set up your game. You put 6 prize cards out from the top of your deck that you can't see. But the thing is, what he would do is play a card that says both players shuffle their hand of their deck and draw a card for each of the remaining prize cards. So what he would do is get penalties. He would intentionally get prize card penalties, so his opponent would be forced to go down to like 2 cards, 2 prize cards, and then he would play the N like on turn 1, and then they'd have 2 cards to play, and no one could do anything about that. He eventually got banned, but they changed the rule for that. Um, there was a guy who played nothing but big cards, like the oversized cards, had 60 of them. There was a basic Pokemon, and he does this thing. He was just shuffling these oversized cards, and then is like, "Hey, you want to cut?" Like everyone knows, there was not a single energy in that stack. He went, he basically went O and X, and then just like, yeah, I played a legal Pokemon deck. Pokemon said, "Oh, now you have to use the cards that are regular size." Me? There was a card called Licensed Trump card. Banned. In less than a year, got banned. And I told people it should have been banned a lot faster than it was. I had won 9 championship tournaments. Well, city championship. But there were smaller tournaments. There's not a whole lot of people. Actually, I won more than that with the deck, but in one marathon, I won so many. And outside of the marathon, I won more. And this is when I caused a huge problem in the community, building a deck that literally could not lose once it's set up. Like you had to you had to knock me out in one hit, which I was a big Pokemon up front, and it was like you can't knock me out. Yeah, and I was like, you can't knock me out. We're gonna go straight into this game where I heal all my damage off. You can't do this. I can do this, and then you can't do that, but I can do that. People hated me. It was so fun. It was the most fun ever. Being able to just be like, he. I am better. But so what eventually happens is this card gets banned. And then that throws my entire deck. There are 2 other cards that eventually got banned in 2019. Uh, I played a I there's this one card that come out called Peaking Red card. So I'm not gonna assume that you do or do not know the Pokemon TCG, but here's basically how it works. So to start the game, you get a 7 card hand. So if I go first, I could play a supporter back then. Now you cannot play a supporter first turn. Or going first, you can't. Used to, you could. But here's what I would do. My opponent has 7 cards in hand. So I would play, and then I'd play a card called Red Card. My opponent shuffles their hand to their deck and then draws 4 cards. My opponent has 3 less cards in their hand. They have 4 cards to work with. I set up my entire board. I play a stadium card, and then after we're done, I place my 1 supporter for turn, Delinquent. Discard a stadium card from play, and then my opponent discards 3 cards from their hand. They get to choose. So they go from 4, they went from 7 to 4, and from 4 to 1. They have 1 card in hand. Now I play a card that just come out called Peaking Red card. My opponent reveals their hand, and I can have them shuffle it back in and draw the same number of cards. So it's like, oh, that's a good card. Shuffle it in. And then so they would shuffle and they draw the 1 card. and I would get another copy of that peaking red card, and I'd be like, if it was a good card, they shuffle it back. If it wasn't, I'd be like, oh, cool. Hey, that's a great card for me. You can keep that card. And then I would start setting up and then take the winning. There were people were pissed off for an entire. It took an entire year for Pokemon to ban these cards and to change the supporter rule. So I told people, like, I don't want to say that I was the one who changed the supporter rule because I'm not sure that I was, but yo, Andrew, what's up, my boy? So I'm just telling him about all of the rules that I've had changed. Like, so you remember, Andrew? You remember when I played Zoroark GX, hand control? When I literally built the very first Zoroark red card delinquent peaking red card deck with the whiny voice Zorua. So if I went second, I could attach a dark energy, and guess what I could do? Whiny voice, my opponent shuffles the one random card from their hand that they have left back into their deck, 0 cards, top deck for the game. Like, now you have to top deck your card. And I had the worst Dallas Regional 2018. It was horrible how bad my luck was. But lucky for me, all of my smaller tournaments went pretty well. Andrew remembers me winning 4 cups with this deck. I think actually you were at one of them. You were at one of the cups that I won. I never played you. You dropped. I think you went. Was it 1-2 or 2-2 drop? You eventually dropped after your second loss because it was gonna be a 1-1. It was gonna be a 4-1-1 cut. Um, because of the players. And I remember, bro, that deck was so fun because people could not beat it. And someone tried to play because I never gave my deck list away, and people were like, "Oh well, I'm gonna play the same thing Shifty does." It's like, good luck coming up with my exact deck list. But you probably were playing Night March. You could have been. I don't. Um, I don't remember what you were playing because I didn't play you in that tournament. That was expanded. That was 20. Yeah, it was 2018. I didn't. All I know is you dropped from the event early, so you never got to actually stand around and watch. Um, it was pretty fun though because I was playing the Zoroark Handlock deck that everyone hated, and then I tell people eventually it was so good that people started making videos on it on YouTube, and they started saying, "Oh, this deck is so good." People called it a Labui deck, and I was like, I have over a dozen league challenge wins, 4 cup wins with this deck." I'm like, y'all cannot be calling this a Labui deck. He did not invent the deck. I played against this kid on the TCGO ladder. He lost to me and decided to build it and put it on YouTube. That's what happened. But he didn't build it correctly. He built it with the Dark Explorer Zorua, who could not use Whiny Voice. He had no darkness energy to be able to put his opponent at a 0 card hand. He did not play the Trick Shovel. Labui. Yeah, Labui. He played it at he did some stupid video with it and got some views for it, and everyone started calling my deck a Labui deck. And then Pokemon, after it got big enough, people are like, okay, yeah, we gotta ban this card. It took So I tell people I thought it was me who got this card banned because I was winning. When I'm winning tournaments, you know a card needs to be banned when I'm winning tournaments with rogue decks. Like, cards have to be banned immediately. Like, it took them long enough to ban Lysander's trump card after I was playing Quad Mega Manectric, 4/4 Mega Man, a bunch of items, and then Lysander's trump card, Lightning Energy, and people are like, "Oh, I'll just beat it with Seismitoad." I'm like, You really think y'all are gonna beat this with Seismitoad? And they didn't. They never had a shot of beating it with Seismitoad. Um, because what I would do is I would have a Manectric on the active spot. I would have two on the bench. I didn't have a. Oh yeah. So the thing was, they could never hit Manectric for a knockout in 2 turns. So what I would do is I would always put two on the bench. I would manually evolve, and then I would manually evolve. At any point, they had no answer because they could not Lysander me early game. They couldn't. You know Toadsbat, you know how their supporters work. You know what they're you know how they have to set up a Colress. They have to. There's no question that they have to set up a Colress. Or sometimes I think Sycamore was like Professor Sycamore was an option at one point too. Um, But I think for the most part, it was just fill up your bench and go Colress. And it was like, okay, so now I can just draw a bunch of cards. I have my um, lasers, my bank, I have my DCE, and that's how they did it. They couldn't Lysander until turn 3. So I always had the advantage of being able to abuse my items like crazy and then just go into pulling all four or three or four Manectrics just onto the like in play. I'd have two or three on bench, and I could just manually go evolve or just attach and evolve, and then I go like attach, evolve the other one, and then eventually you're gonna knock out the other. If you try to Lysander up, you lost because you didn't take a prize card yet, and then that's where this like they got Colress from your bit. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They didn't play at the start. They didn't play a bunch of Professor Sycamores. They played Colress because they didn't expect me to do what I did. They still got 7, 8 cards off of theirs because they always filled their bench up. They always had the Seismitoad Garbodor package. Or no, wait, this is before Garbodor. Never mind, never mind. They didn't have a Garb. Yeah, like Seismitoad Bats. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, bats were the easiest one to win. Like because you could so with bats, it was basically they put so much of their effort into their Crobat lines that they can get some damage down and do this and do that. But the problem with it was I'm knocking out your Seismitoads in 2 hits and you can't keep one up long enough to go past what I have set up because I'm always going to attack, swap to the next one, heal the bench, and then attack and then put the energy right back on. It was so fun. Ooh, let's see. Hang on. I gotta. Ooh, my rolls. Let's see. Someone went into my rolls. Let's see. I gotta see who. I guess someone didn't. I thought someone was reacting to a role that they wanted. I was like, okay, I guess not. But yeah, they played it pretty good bit. It was so fun because like the only thing I lost to during a city championship marathon, like the only thing I lost to was when someone played Seismitoad Lucario, and instead of going Seismitoad, they played the Lucario and got the knockout because they were able to like because Seismitoad Lucario wasn't really that good, but it was the way to beat me because they know they'd had to beat me in order to do well, and they didn't. They they ended up losing the. Show me that deck in action. That deck is downstairs, Andrew. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been a long time, but yeah, that's the deck is good. or it was good before it got banned, and now without Lysander's trump card, that deck is impossible to play. Because what I would do is I'd go through so much. Like I didn't need to play Lysander's trump card every turn because if you were playing Seismitoad, you could not keep up because I would take all of your energy away before you could ever finish the game. So you would always be relying on like basic energy, which just never happened. Like there's people who played 4 DCE and nothing else and literally got rolled over because they could not they cannot attack after their energy was gone because they didn't have the retrieval for for special energy. It was so fun. The one you're talking about earlier, are you talking about the Zoroark? Oh, you're talking about. Hang on, yeah, you're talking about the decks on on Deck Builder. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, these. Which one are you talking about? Like hang on, I'll put my face cam back on because these two are Snorlax and Blounds. They're just they're expanded, so we're not worried about them. But yeah, if you know which one specifically, I'll because I forget which one you were talking about because I showed you a bunch of them. I remember showing you them as I show you Sylveon, Banette, Ho-Oh, Armarouge, Gothitelle, Bannet, like Tox Bonnet, Jelly Gross, which is not really that great, and then Mill, which I would literally win any region, any tournament. I would win with this deck, just popping up with it. If I didn't get, if I knew for sure that I could not get DQ'd for flipping a coin or for never flipping a tails, and I wanted to go show Jeff. I wanted to go show him before EUIC and be like, if I could find 4 copies of this card, the one card that puts the opponent's hand down to 3. Oh yeah, this one. The are you talking? Yeah, so I've got this one with Harlequin. Yeah, so there's 2 of them. There's the Sorosix Machinations version, and then there's the Harlequin one. This one's a crap. So this is the one where flip a coin. If heads, you know I'm gonna land heads. You draw 5 and your opponent draws 3. That's how that works. So what you would do is you would basically get to a Harlequin point on turn 2. You have 4 Pokepads. You have all this. Oh, the other one. Oh, hang on. Let me. This one with Sorosix Machinations. Or wait, no. The sorry, no. Sylveon. You're talking about Sylveon. Yeah, my bad. My bad. My bad. Yeah. So this is the Sylveon, right? This one is fun. So the way this deck works is you basically set up to get Noctowls into play. You want to set up the board with Hoot Hoots. Oh, Bannet? Oh. No Bannet? This one? I'm gonna wait because I'm just talking out of my, you know. That okay. So this one, okay. So this one is So the only thing about this one is Iono will kill. Okay, Iono will kill you with this deck. Um, but yeah. But I can play test it for you. Um, so yeah, like you have the Gothita. So I draw a card. Well, if heads, I go I go first. If tails, I go second. Tails, I go second. Okay, so I'm going second. I can play call bell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play call bell. I'm gonna grab an Arvin to hand. Um, close. Play the Arvin to grab a precious trolley to hand and a air balloon to hand. I'll see close. Precious trolley to go to bench to bench to bench to bench. And depending on what we're playing on TCG, I'm not playing it on TCG Live, Andrew. I don't have it built on TCG Live. None of these decks do I have built on TCG Live because it's too slow. That's the reason why I don't have it on TCG Live, because this is faster for me to. I see. I'm not testing it by. I'm not playing against other people right now. It does not take 2 minutes, Andrew. Games take so long against other people. That's why I didn't want. TCG streams are going to be coming to you next month. I promise you, next month, I have a schedule that's going to be coming out with when I play TCG Live. I was only showing you this out of like courtesy. It's the only reason I was showing you this was out of courtesy. And then based on the deck, like, so basically you had like air balloon to this, so you could get that set up, and then on your next turn you can. But yeah, that's I'll show you. I can show you a game. I can show you a game next. So next week is when my new schedule starts, and I will be playing TCG. There are multiple TCG streams next week to get me ready for the EUIC, but it's not really to get me ready. It's more to play and to stream, is what it's more for. But but I know you want to see gameplay, and I know you do. I but I promise you, I will do them. I will do the streams. I I know you haven't played in so long as you want to watch. Like I will be doing them next week. I wanted to use today to do more routing for my gold because I've been getting so many parts of this run where it's just like I'm getting stopped and it's like I'm having to make changes and I'm trying to get this done so I can finally get the um so I can finally do another run. It's the reason why I'm doing these doing what I'm doing now. I stopped to show you the decks because I thought you would like it. I thought, that would be something you'd like to see. But as far as going into play TCG Live takes like literally 20, 30 minutes to play one game because players play so slow. They really do. And that's why I was like, I was going to set aside time where. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to make sure that I set aside time for the people who voted on TCG. They would get their chance to see TCG. And it's going to be, let's see, hang on, let me pull up the uh-oh, I gotta delete some stuff pretty soon. Let's see. Um yeah, so we have right now I've got 5 Pokemon TCG streams at 2 p.m. and I've got one at 11. So that's what it looks like for next month. I have 5 speedrun streams at 2, 1 speedrun stream at 8, 4 cooking streams at 5, 1 Val at 2, 2 Vals at 5, 1 TFT at 2, 1 TFT at 5, 1 MTG at 2. So those are the streams that I have for next month. 22 streams for the 22 days that I will be not on a plane or in London. um, which day I don't know for sure. So um, tomorrow, Andrew, be look out for the schedule part of my Discord. Um, let's see. Dang it. Dante can't hit a Pokepad. Dante's been opening up packs and can't hit a Pokepad. That's sad. I was like, so yeah, my let's see, my stream schedule. Yeah, I'm gonna post a picture of it because I posted one a while back that showed everything. I'm gonna post the new one, um, and then ooh, Tyler. No, I don't keep up with him. Don't pay no attention to him. What he does for like his life does not matter in the slightest to me. Like, but yeah, I'm way too like I I tend to focus my time and effort. Troll him, yes. I rather tend to focus my time and effort on my friends and family, not people who are just trying to troll me or, stuff like that. Like, I would much rather focus my time and effort onto you, onto, let's see, onto you, onto Ready Breakers and his wife, and let's see who else was in my chat earlier. Um, let's see, Shamu123, um, Sahil Nanda, Pierce Dresser, like those people. I want to spend my time and energy with people who are actually going to help and compliment and for the channel. Tyler's not that. He just doesn't. But anyway, enough about him. um, because that's why I've been doing this is trying to let's see, Ice Punch. Trying to make sure that I can actually do. Let's say, have you heard from Robert? No, I want to hear from Robert so much. I probably should. I should probably um, text him up and see. But like, he hasn't been active anywhere on Discord. Like, no one has heard. Like, he has only said like a few things about the like Pokemon TCG. Like, he hasn't joined Discord to hang out or anything, so I'm just like, I don't know if he just doesn't have time or because I'm sure he's still in college right now. File save state as. But yeah, actually, I need to message him and see how he's doing. Hang on, let's see. Rob, there's Rob. Call just taking a lot of your time. Oh yeah. I mean, it does, but at the same time, like y'all are good at stuff like college. Like that's something that I can never do. I just don't. Mm, that's so good. For anyone who doesn't know, Minute Maid Zero Sugar with unsweetened tea. 0 calories, all the taste. Number two. And number three. I got enough for when it snows us in. That's why I made sure I saved as much of that as I could because we're gonna get snowed in and it's gonna get bad to the point where I'm gonna have to make sure that I have some left over. So, oh yes, Andrew. Oh, you wouldn't. So I guess I can put. I'll wait for a little bit. Let me show you some of the. I hope you can hear. If you can't, I do apologize, but I'll show you each of them, or not each of them, but the ones you can't see. Like obviously you see the Eevee, the Squirtle, the Gengar, the Sprigatito, the Bulbasaur, the Pikachu, Mimikyu, Psyduck, Dragonite. I don't know if you can really see Dragonite behind Gengar. Snorlax, Cyndaquil, Pikachu, Mew, and then Oshawott. I'll show you some of the others. Sorry. Yeah, that's them. Yeah. Underground. Okay, I already saved that save state. Also got let's see. My favorite was the Cubone. Oh yeah. The one problem with Cubone is he goes forward because his head his the plush for his head is so heavy that you have to basically use something to keep him from going forward. Like he's the only one that has that problem, and that's why he's standing behind or beside Mimikyu where no one can see him. Is because he just falls forward. Like I would have to put him with a like a Pokemon box like in the front. I have to put a Pokemon box in front of him. Like I don't know if you can see that I've got the well oh yeah, I put the Phantasmal Flames over there. It was right here, and then the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, the Charizard X Ultra Premium, and the Mega Evolution ETB, and I was like, yeah. Everyone else can pretty much sit on their own to some degree. Um, Snorlax cannot. Needs something behind him. Mew cannot sit up on its own, which is crazy to think about. Oshawott cannot. Um, Yo, I'm Natus. What's up? How you doing, bro? How is Omnatus doing? How are you doing, brother? By the way, Andrew, Natus is a guy that I hang out with in my you remember Spencer Cruz from Pokemon, like the guy who played Noivern all the time. The guy who played Noivern, a bit bummed out by Dynasty Warriors remaster that got delayed. Ugh. TCG products. Nah, I haven't been able to get anything recently. But yeah, I don't know what Dynasty Warriors is, but I mean, bro, I hope you get it soon. I hope it comes out and you can play the crap out of it. But yeah, I don't know if you remember him, but um the Spencer from Pokemon that played Noivern, but he has a community um where he plays like World of Warcraft and some other games. And Omnatus is one of the guys I met in his Discord channel in his community. I met a lot of people in the community, and um, yeah, they do a whole bunch of like World of Warcraft and stuff. And I'm always excited to sit and watch them play pretty much any game. So he now is a professor's assistant at the University of Wyoming. He is a literal cowboy now up in Wyoming. Because, Wyoming, University of Wyoming are the Cowboys. So he's a literal cowboy now. But yeah, I'm so glad to see you, Omnatus. Bro, I love seeing Omnatus. Omnatus is cool. Um, but yeah, but he's doing good. He's doing good. He still streams. So I don't know if you do know Andrew, but if you ever type in uh tiny echo, like I'll show you here. Let me show you. Let's see. Like that is Spencer's channel. Is Tiny Echo. It was Tiny Reptar GH. Now it's just Tiny Echo. I guess it's easier to type. It's more compact. Like it's not as like Tiny Reptar GH is kind of big. Tiny Echo is like more compact, I guess, and it's easier to type. because he is. I don't know if you know, like he is a biology, like he is like a doctoral in biology or master's in biology. I forget what it is, but he's also like big into economy. Like he like economics. He knows a lot about economics. So yeah, but that's his channel. I'm sure you've seen him in Discord before. I know I've rated him several times, or trying to rate him. But yeah, he does pretty good. His I'm his chat all the time, trying to keep uh like he's got do gooders, and I try to keep do batters away. Uh, Law of supply and demand. Yep, 100%, 100%. Hang on, I gotta see if this is underground. Golden City Underground. Yeah. So Rocket, yeah, Team Rocket, yeah, Rocket Grunt won. Yep. Oh, if you didn't know, I'm just doing like rerouting of my world record Pokemon Gold blindfolded speedrun. I'm just trying to get it from a 5 hour, 8 minute, 4 second run to hopefully sub at 4 hours, 30 minutes. But if I'm lucky, hopefully sub 4 hours. Let's see, this one, swap bite to slot one by doing the follow. Yeah, okay. So this is where you do the swap. And they just use a lot of bites on this level. That's pretty cool. Save state. But yeah, I love doing this. This is so fun for me. Like, I love doing what I do. This is like I was telling the guy who was here watching before, him and his wife. Um, he was like, "Bro, you're just full of positive energy." That's like, as I love your love to life, and I'm like, "Yeah, I love, I love what I do, and I love the people with whom I share my love and passion for the stuff that I do. Like, like people are just my friends are just amazing." My teeth aren't as white as they should be. They're slightly yellow. Uh, but I didn't brush today, so which I'll do tonight because this when I do it is at night. Is that store in Smyrna still open? Yes, it is. If you're talking about the hang on, let me go find it. Um, I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna go because I know it is there. Because I was there not that long ago for it. This is before rotation. I played the funnest. I was there with Angel. I told her, "Yeah, I'll bring you some cards for the event," and I was like, I wasn't planning on going, but you know, I it didn't matter to me. I was like, I had a job. I was working. I was like, heck, I'll go. I'll go. I'll go hang out with my friend Angel. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Which I'll hang out with any of my friends, really. It says. Let's see. Maps.google. Here's how I'm going to find it. Um, so this is how I have to find it. Yes, y'all know where I'm at. Let's see. Nope. Go away. Let's see, where's 285? 285 is right here. So right here's where it's at. Let's see. Okay, US 41. Wait, why does it show that's where it's at? Yeah, the restaurant near the store. That would have been um which one of those was it? Because that's too far down right there. It's not here. It's because you go right here, and then in second it's right there. But I don't because it's not here. It's right here. That's where it's at. Is right here. But I don't see it. I don't. You might. I don't know, Andrew. You might be right. Um. I can't remember the name of it. Oh. That is not where it's at. Or it wasn't. It it was not here. It was. I remember that it might be there now because I haven't been there in like a year or yeah, about a year. Yeah, about a year since I've been there. But yeah, it was. It was right here because I remember when I'd go in, I would turn right here and I would go through this road right here. And when I turned off, it would be right here and it was right there in that one. I remember that. But I guess they moved to right here. And then, but yeah, they're on the back side of this whole thing. Um, but yeah, this is where we ate. I hated the waitress here though. She was so bad. Like this place is yeah 3.9. That place doesn't deserve a 3.9 out of anything. But yeah, I remember going to Titan. See, that's where it's actually at. Or this is where it was. This is not what was the yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember the name of it, but it was this. I don't know if it's the same one, Chow King Grill and Buffet. If it was this one, then it's the same one, but it's I don't know if that was the same name. I just remember it was that same place because it we didn't because it wasn't here because we walked a lot further than this to get to that place. I remember walking a lot further to get to this. Y'all drove up. Y'all didn't have to ride. You and Dana I know Dana for sure drove the van, but I don't remember if you if you rode alongside of when Angel and I'm trying to remember his name. The I can't remember the guy's name. That mm, I'm bad with names. I can remember what a person. I can remember stuff that happened when I was 2 years old, but I can't remember a person's name. Um, and I've hung out with him on so many occasions, and I can't even remember his name. The guy who was with us. Okay, it was the guy who was with us when we went and ate at that place. I forget his name. Um, is an he was he's like 8 years older than us, 7 8 years older than us. Um, because it was yourself, Dana, Angel, me, him. Trying to remember if anyone else was there. If it was just that. Trying to remember who all was there. Can't remember. I'll I bro, I can't either. Like names, I'm not good at. I can tell you the day, the literally the month, day, year, hour, well, I can't tell you the minute, second when my okay, so here's a funny story. I told my uncle this, he doesn't remember this. My mom and dad don't remember this. So my uncle Dabo, well, we'll call him David, but we'll call him Dabo, came and got me at where I was going to daycare when I was 2 years old. Came and got me because my mom was at the hospital. My dad took her to the hospital, so he came and got me, took me to my uh, Nanny Grace's house, and they don't even remember that it ever happened. I remember it happened. I remember very, very frankly. I was like, and there was just like, how do you remember that? I was like, I remember exactly what I had. She fried me up some French fries and a sausage patty. I know 100%. I remember that. um, but yeah, it was so I can remember stuff that happened over 30 years ago, but I cannot remember a person's name. It's crazy that that happens with me. Or like someone's like, it's like, oh yeah, I remember you. It's like, I don't remember what I was like. We played at this tournament with this round. You were playing this deck, and won or lost this much. And I'll tell you almost exactly what happened in the whole game. Their minds go no, and sometimes they recall the memory when I go over details, and they're just like, it's like I kind of remember now. Oh, let's see, but yeah, I luckily for me, I got some bets to make tonight, so yay. Bite surf. What did we talk about at that restaurant? Okay, so there were a few things about which we talked. Um, hang on one second. I want to get the surf. So one thing we talked about was the tournament that we were just at. We're talking about, oh well, this happened, and so and so and so and so, and we talked about like the strategies that we went, like everything was said about what had happened. And then afterwards, Dana was talking about her. I forget somebody. I don't remember exactly who, but somebody was sick at a hospital and died. That was in her family. I don't know who it was, but someone did. It wasn't a close relative. It was someone in the family though, and and she was talking about that, and then we talked about like how my last time at a hospital, and I was like, yeah, I hate hospitals like so much. Um, and then we went on to talk about how cool it would be um, if you were like, I remember specifically saying how cool it would be if you were paid to go around in a hospital and make children feel better because they could say, at least I don't have that. And I was joking, and Dana was like, damn. And you just went, you loved it. You're just like, it's like that you could go around the children and be like, at least I don't have that. I was kidding though. I was kidding. Of course, you loved it. You thought it was funny. I was like, oh, it was funny. I'm forgetting one thing. What's that? Uh, let's see. I'm still waiting to see. We were talking about how the Warriors were the best team. Warriors were the best team. Yeah, we were. But that was later on. That wasn't early. That was like after we had already eat, or after everyone had eaten. Is like we were talking about sports because um I was talking about Eddie. I remember talking about Eddie and how the NBA was his. He said the NBA was his life, and then we were talking about everything, and I was like, oh yeah, like I was a Peja Stojakovic fan because of how he was the only person that could ever shoot the three from well beyond the arc, and the coach would never get mad. And now Steph Curry is Eddie Osorio, the the kind of heavy set. He was kind of heavy set. Hispanic guy, wore glasses, played Greninja Break. I don't know if you remember him. Um, but I was saying like, cause you knew who he was, but I was saying how the NBA was his life, and then we were talking about how um, because of Peja Stojakovic was my favorite player that I used to watch because he could shoot a three from well beyond the arc. And nowadays, Steph Curry was no, he wasn't there. He came up in the conversation though, is what I'm saying. Is that's how we got to the NBA is because we're talking about him, and I was like, oh yeah, the NBA was his life, and then I went on to Peja, and then I said, yes, Steph Curry is the current day Peja Stojakovic, and that's why I said that. That's why I love watching the Warriors. That's why they're so good, and I love watching them because of Steph Curry. Like he's just so good. Like he really is though. In my opinion, he's a top five. He is a top five player of all time. However, I think a lot of other people would not put him in there because of how many big men were on a completely other level at their prime is the way I see it. Joe, yeah, Joe. Let me Shifty got a good stream. Yeah, let's go. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. My boy Joe, you can't see him, Andrew, because he's on YouTube, but my friend Joel just came into my YouTube chat. Stop by and make a character on my Call to the Lamb stream later. Okay, yeah. Stream. If I can, yeah, I'll be off pretty soon because I have been streaming since 3 o'clock, and I wanted to make sure I got my stream early because tonight, Friday, we've got 2 NBA games I'm gonna be betting on. So, and my favorite is Pistons Warriors at 10. So yeah, be back in 45. Okay, please, yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely come by. Um, are you gonna be? You're gonna be streaming on Twitch, right? I appreciate you for being on YouTube because I've been trying to grow my YouTube. I've been trying to get as many subscribers as I can for, like, hoping I can hit 1,000. So I'm like, hope he makes about. Oh, nah. I just want to hit 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetization, and then I'll worry about making bank. But I mean, if you're gonna be streaming on Twitch, yeah, I'll raid you. Hi, Maria. Hi. So Slokey's once again eating good. Yes, he is. Yes, both kinda. Okay, yeah, I'll raid you then, Joel. If you're streaming when I'm on, or when I get ready to raid, I'll just raid you, and I'll let all my wonderful people get to see you in action. But yes, Maria, how are you? I'm glad to see you. Also, that day 2 at Toronto. Ooh, day 2 at Toronto. Let's go. Twitch landscape, YouTube portrait. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll raid your Twitch. Fred to Slow King getting there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 1,007 followers on YouTube would be super. Oh, 100%. Bro, if I had 1,007, bro, I would be throwing so. You have no idea. If I hit when I hit monetization on YouTube, I'm gonna be not in here making videos. I'm gonna be taking money and going outside. I'm going to other states, other countries. I'm making content you could not even imagine me making. That's what I'm gonna do when I finally hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then I've got I got some friends who said they're gonna. Yeah, I have friends that list was cooking. Oh, it was. I have friends that said they're gonna if when I hit 1,000 subscribers, they're gonna take my YouTube videos, they're gonna make a list, or I can make a list for them, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna put all of them on like a playlist, and then they're just going to let it play on a computer and just let it go. And just let every one of the videos go on like 1% volume and just let them play one by one so my watch hours goes up. And I was like, oh, thank you, bro. I want to stream IRL stream, but there's nothing to do in my city. Oh, that's fair. Well, no, I was gonna go to the first video I made when I hit monetization. I was gonna go up to New York, where New York and Massachusetts is. That area, I think it's Massachusetts. Could be Connecticut. It actually I'd forget if it's New York touches Connecticut or if it touches Massachusetts. I forget. There's an area right there where that's at, and there's a little town called it's called Mianis, but Jackass made a video or did a segment on one of their shows where they called it My Anus. It was funny. However, I told people I can take that and I can make it 10 times funnier and probably more cringe. That people would laugh so hard and they would tell all their friends to come watch. And then the monetization money rolls in. I want to have a button where I check all my live homies and autoplays at 5% volume. Yeah. Oh, that would be cool, bro. That would be really cool. I have so I don't. Let's see. I know he's in the back, or I guess he's not anymore. There was money. Yeah, there is a guy Crow's Rimmage who is usually sitting in chat. And what he does is he sits there and let's talk to you later. Okay, talk to you later, man. But yeah, um, I'll tell Maria. There's a guy called Crow's Image, he'll sit in the chat and let my shifty bucks pile up because he wants to hit 500,000 so he can get a free trip to Vegas. And I told him, hey, when you hit it, let me know, bro. We'll do that free trip to Vegas. We'll do it. I was like, it just can't be during a weekend where he said, oh, still listening. Oh, thank you. Sorry, no, you're good. I was like, I was like, he hits that. I mean, heck yeah. Well, because that's a redeem. LMAO, yeah. Sorry, I was, um, just trying to. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 left. Ah, till battle. Yay. File save state as. I did change the list. I wanted to give away packs, but I can't find a distro. Oh, that's fair. Okay, gotta go for real. Okay, you have a good one, Joel. I'll raid you if you're on when I get ready to raid. I did change the list a bit due to Shaman being a problem. Started Curum, now here's Synod Heroes cards include. Oh yeah, I told my friend if I can find 4 Pokepad for EUIC, then there is a really good chance that Slow King could be the deck I play. A very good chance. Have a good planning session, Gambler. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it, Joel. Um, but yeah, if I can find 4 Pokepad, we might be up. We might be up. But Zoroark is still on the back line. Like in Zoroark is definitely on the back line. Um, I don't know if you've seen half the decks that I have planned though. Let me see if I can pick. Let me save this right quick, and I'm gonna show you um, Burglar. I just gotta see. Give me a second. I gotta see how this. I see. Make sure I correctly. Okay, LAR. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you this now because I can show it to you. Um, so deck builder is of course Why is it going to take this long to load? Debating between Slowking, Dango, or Terrapult for tomorrow's challenge. Okay, forgot to include Festival Lead. Oh. I like Festival Lead. Festival Lead's fun. It's not working. Am I losing frames? I'm not losing frames. Dang it. How come I hate Google Chrome, but let's see if Google Chrome can. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's definitely right. I guess I just didn't. Hang on, let's see. So, sorry, I hate going on Google Chrome because I never use it. Google Chrome is so slow and bad. But anyway, I want to show you this deck. So, I don't know if you know, Maria, that if I show up to literally any Pokemon tournament, like, there is something that I can do that almost zero players in the room can do, and that is flip a coin to land heads every time. This coin has an official Pokemon back, and so do almost 100 coins that I have in a bag. And then what I do is I hold it like that, and then I go. It's gonna hit my keyboard. Hang on, let me get my keyboard out of the way, and then from there it's just going to go, and it lands heads every time. It rotates 3 times in the air, goes over shoulder height, and lands perfectly flat on the table. And it lands heads. Now, with that, I could literally win EUIC with this deck. There's just one problem. I am told by literally everybody except for one person, everybody except for one person says that that a judge will get me DQ'd before the end of the first round if I'm doing this. This card says flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. I can flip and never miss a single beat. I can flip nothing but heads. And the thing is, this deck would win the European International Championship. However, judges go beyond the scale of what they're able and allowed to do and DQ me because I'm following the rules. They just can't accept the fact that the rules are how they're set in place. So the rules are I can flip a coin, and as long as it's not too damaged, this is not damaged. I make sure none of them are damaged because the damage will hurt my ability to flip a coin. So any coin or any coin released after the EX Ruby Sapphire set is considered fair and impartial. Actually, I'll show you the rules. Hang on. Play Pokemon Tournament Handbook. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. The rules and resources, yeah, TCG. Oh, there's a TCG Tournament Handbook. Randomizers 15. Let's see. Okay, so this right here says competitors are permitted to use 2 types of randomizers during a Pokemon TCG match: coins or dice. Competitors are always permitted to use their opponent's randomizer. Yep. Coins can be obtained from pre-constructed theme decks, trainer kits, and other special Pokemon TCG products. Competitors should consider the following when choosing a coin to consider as a randomizer. When flipped, the coin should be held at shoulder height, fully rotated at least 3 times before landing on the table. Coins should land as flat on the table as possible. Yep. If both competitors cannot agree on the result of the flip, a judge may call to determine whether the result is conclusive or not, that the coin must be flipped again. Once the judges rule that a result is conclusive, it cannot be redone. The coin flips that land outside the play area considered invalid must be flipped again. Everything gets inside the blue and white match shown on image A for the play area is your game. Any coin released within the official Pokemon product from AX Ruby Sapphire on should be considered fair and impartial. Meaning, every single flip of this coin, every single time I flip this coin, should be considered fair and impartial every single time. Therefore, the judges they are not allowed to DQ me for flipping heads because I know exactly how to flip this coin to ensure that it always gets heads by following the shoulder height and rotate at least 3 times before landing rules. And no matter what, I can hold it the same way. Let me scoot up. Everyone sees. Heads. Y'all can't see, but heads. Heads. Like that was. Like the idea is quite literally, because my table's way down here. This coin only has to go shoulder height. If anyone doesn't know, it only has to go shoulder height. When I release this coin, I release this coin at shoulder height because it doesn't say the coin should be held at shoulder height. So I release it here is when I release it. As long as it flips 3 times in the air, it's good. Every time. Now, people are like, playing Pokemon Go blindfolded is impossible. With hours and hours of training and practice, it's possible. The same can be done with a coin flip. If you practice enough hours, you can flip a coin and make it land heads every time. However, every opponent is going to argue that it's cheating because I practice doing it, even though every single product released should be considered fair and impartial. That is the Pokemon rules right there. And I'm told they will DQ me if I play this deck at UIC. That's what I'm told. I'm told they'll DQ me to not play it. But this deck right here, there is no possible way you can possibly lose with this deck. It's not possible if you flip nothing but heads. Watch this. For example, new game. Does not matter what I do here. Heads, I go first. Tails, I go second. Tails, I go second. Okay, I got Emolga right here. All I have to do is this. Draw one card. Bam. Energy search. Energy to hand. Close and shuffle. Free retreat. Attack. I won. With literally 46 coin flips, I have won the game. 46 heads. And it used to be, let me show you what it used to be. It used to be this, for someone, let's see. It used to be this card, this one right here. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. I still have that deck built right now behind me. And I am going to have this deck. People are like, there's no ace spec. I don't need an ace spec. I don't need it. I just got to make sure that I have enough retreat options out for the Diglett. Get the Diglett into play. I have plenty of options for the Diglett and the energy, and then I'm good to go. But yeah, here's my current Slowking that I have right now. This is I had to update it because today they had the English versions of the cards, so I wanted the English instead of the Japanese. So, but yeah, so this is what my current list looks like, and people will be like, "Where's this card? Where's that card?" And there's a lot of cards that are just not out there and able to be seen, but this is my current deck right now. This is and people are like, what about the hacks? So I'm like, if your active Pokemon is a basic, it's knocked out. Mega Kanga, Mega Absol cannot win. They have zero. If you have 2 Slowking set up and a way to get Haxorus on top deck, it is game over. I love it. The hardest matchups are whenever Guardy plays Shaman, whenever Dragapult plays Shaman, and it's just like, I render the Shamans. Missurgy would be a problem. It sometimes, but I can always boss around it. That's the only thing that I tell people is like bossing around it is it's the reason I play 3 boss. It's so easy to boss around, and I know what you're talking about because I've had the Mist Energy thing before, and they would put that onto an Absol, but they wouldn't throw it onto the Kangaskhan, and then I could just boss up the Kangaskhan and knock it out. It's so fun, bro. I don't know why I'm calling you bro. I don't mean bro. I mean, oh my god. I mean girl. You know. God. I'm so bad at my. I gotta quit calling everyone bro. I'm just so used to it. Like, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is the deck that is doing me the best right now. This is the one that I've had almost no problems with. The only problem I had was being retreat locked. So what I did is I added a, a Pekaruniax or Petraruniax. The only reason I added it was because I was getting retreat locked. Now I don't get retreat locked. Now my matchups are so good, it is ridiculous. Like, you wouldn't believe how good my matchups are now. Like, I still would love to have a way to increase this damage right here be- because I feel like I might play against an Alakazam or two, and I would love to have a way to take 2 prizes off of an Alakazam, but But I will say I do have Ogrepon, so they have a response to this though. That's the worst part. They have a way to answer this, so because it's like prevent all damage, and it's just like minor effects, and you're just like, and it's just like because there's like one Alakazam they play that just sucks. This one is the Charizard killer. I love this Charizard killer. He is so good. It's like I expect Zard to be up in numbers. So it's like if I play a Regigigas to go with the Iron Hands, what that does is just mean like I can go for like a Charmander or a Pidgey KO for two prizes. Maybe go for another two prizes. I don't know. Depending on how good their setup is. Their setup is really good. Then I just go for a Regigigas play into their Zard, and then they're forced to boss around for two more prizes. Because if they don't, it's just I can Regigigas for those prizes, and then the very next turn, if they still got another Zard up, then I can just Night Stretcher for the Gigas and then go for it again, which is pretty fun. I love this deck. This deck is fun. Uh, and then I was showing my friend earlier. My friend Andrew was on. I was showing him like this deck, this Gothitelle Banet. This is fun because Recon Directive 4/4 line here, but your goal is to get basically you can do this if you want. You don't really have to, but by turn 2 you want to use Banet, you want to Cursed Words. So what you want to do is you want to go Harlequin, and because I don't have to be obvious about how good I am at flipping coins if I'm only flipping them for a single Harlequin. All I have to do is act like it's luck because it's one single coin flip. So I can do this. I draw 5, they draw 3. I could care less about the 5. So they draw 3, shuffle them back into their deck. They top deck for turn. If they don't, you go into Gothitelle, the ultimate handlock Pokemon. So read the stars, look at the top 2, put 1 back, 1 on the bottom. And then 2 for 120, discard a card from your opponent's hand. That is fun. Because when they have one card in their hand, and if they can play it, they're going to play. But if they can't, you got pretty much the rest of the game. If they don't draw an out to set up their board or to enhance their board, you pretty much can hand lock them out of the entire game. And that's what I love about the deck. And then I had another idea with Sylveon and Banet, which is the same Banet, but what I do is I go into Sorosix in order to get the Banet off, and then after that, I have this Eevee or this Eevee1, and then I have a Sylveon who is literally going, oh, you have no cards in hand. Let me remove 2 of your bench Pokemon, deal 160 to your active, and I've got numerous opportunities to get that. Like, the deck is fun. And then you can just literally handlock them out of the game, get rid of their bench, knock something out, get rid of more bench if they have, even if they have a bench left. So it just gets to a point where you can take them out of the entire game by handlocking them and then going after their Pokemon. It's so fun. This deck is fun. But that one, then there's this one's decent. Uh I had to edit. This was a deck that someone was like, "Hey, try this," and then I edited it a lot. And I was like, "Okay, this is the better version." He was giving me like a a 2 2 2 2 2, or no, it was a 3 2 2 2 2, and I'm like, "Bro, you can't be doing 2 2 2 2 2 2s. Like, that doesn't work." He's like, "Oh," I was like, "I figured I could have more room for that." I was like, "Bro, like." It's like, this is why you went 0-3, because you just had 2s of these, thinking you only needed 1. When you want 2 of this card, you definitely want 2 Jellicent, because if they Delibird you, this is pretty much it's an auto out of the hand out of the item lock. They can literally turn an artisan into well, I call it Delibird because it's always going to be Delibird to me. But anyway, that's those are. I'm sorry, I got way out of the way talking. Uh, I should be doing more with instead of going off on tangents talking. That's my fault. Um, let's see, 7:30. Okay, so the game's at 7:30, so uh, I should have time to do a little bit more. Um, I want I can talk with you guys while I go put my bed in. Let's see. $49,386. That's pretty good. um, let's see. Props builder. So we are talking about the Toronto Orlando. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at something. But yeah, I promise you guys, I'm trying to chat and trying to keep y'all entertained while I'm looking at something. Let's see. Okay. 'Cause I didn't even get a chance to look and see what my thing would be for tonight. I still haven't made my that's a lot of rebounds. Okay. Uh, I think we'll just go ahead and raid someone because I still got to do my video for today because I totally forgot before I even got on, and now I'm kicking myself trying to see. I'm trying to find my friend Joel so I can raid him if he's on. Let's see. There he is. My buddy Joel. Let's see. We're gonna raid him. I told him I'd raid him. Um We're going to raid my friend Joel 1007. If you guys haven't followed on Twitch, please follow. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please do. It will make me the happiest man in the world. And if you have a Twitch Prime you'd like to drop, I'd like that too. And anyway, if I'm thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had as much fun as I had, and I'll see you next time at Shifty's Club.